a season ender in which we had a character die, very sadly. Judith, rest in peace.
My first
Um,
non-dick character.
yes, your first non-dick character lasted a total of like 4 sessions, which is a good
Both,
run for you.
both literally in terms of actually not having a dick, and not being an asshole.
um,
But let's face it, you died to a great monster.
it was a great monster, if I do say so myself.
I mean, not a very
So
good monster. It was just very large.
Yes.
to Valhalla you go.
Literally in my NPC notes, that's a good picture for Tacitus.
That it is. You should upload it to Tacitus' thing yourself because you can
Oh,
totally
shit.
do that.
Yeah, you just drag it and drop it onto your car sheet.
That didn't do what I wanted.
You need to hit edit first.
Yeah. That looks like a really bad portrait of Peter Capaldi.
A little bit. Anyway, or it's a really good portrait of Tacitus.
Either
Looks
way.
like a thin Ray Wise.
Anyway, so we ended with everybody hiding behind a door. There was some sound outside. You started to open the door, and we cut out. Now, before we get started this time, there are some changes to be made. So first change is in XP land. So I've mentioned before that I was working on the XP system. We have a belief, instincts, goal system. Beliefs are sort of the weakest things. They're things your character thinks are true, but is totally capable of going against those beliefs. Instincts are things that your character does instinctively. You can't prevent them from happening, but they do give you XP when they give you trouble. And then goals are goals, and they give you the most XP of the three, but they're typically harder to accomplish. Now, the main difference here is I have added a new macro. So if you click the little gear icon in the top right, you should see a bunch of macros, one of which is called XP-2.
I don't see that.
I see the new carrier one.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I've shown this to
Same.
everybody. I have not shown this to everyone. Let me do this. Okay. You should see it now.
Okay.
Aha.
So I need to go through and fix all of the assignments I've given to your goals and beliefs and so on. But now, if you were to click that, so you can click the in bar checkbox. That'll show it down in the bottom left corner, and you'll be able to click that. And it'll prompt you for what your thing is and how much I valued it at. That's the value in the XP section. That will then roll some die. Those die will give you some experience. Everybody can go try that if you want. So you'll see it gives you, they're all weird die, but I basically went through and figured out the statistics for all of these things. And yeah. Okay. So there are some statistics around this, and it will prevent you from getting too much experience, but you might get lucky and get like 200 experience on a really simple goal. So that's the first thing. There's also a new char button, so I'm just going to go ahead and click that now. You can punch in, it'll prompt you to punch in a level as well as a class. I'm going to roll an expert here, and it'll roll you up a whole new character and send you to a name generator should you need a name for the character. That was actually a pretty nice character mod.
That
Dang.
is fucking awesome.
Yeah. So you got a perfect
Health?
roll on credits. Health is okay, but that's a pretty good character. Yeah, so that'll just streamline the process of re-rolling, so that you only have to click one button instead of like a million.
I suspect you intend to try and kill us a lot harder now.
Oh yes. So the last thing, and part of the reason you'll be happy that I'm going to try to kill you a lot harder, is if you all should have access to that big RPG thing that I've shared millions of times now. It's got all the books in it. In particular, it's got all the Stars Without Number books, including a bunch of supplements. Some of them are for like martial arts. There's some stuff about psychics in there, including a couple new schools of psychicness, as well as some other cool things. You are welcome now, since you all know the system, at least 12 weeks worth of it, to use any of those supplements when you create new characters. You can also use the AI rules that are in the core rulebook, should you choose to be an AI character. And
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'll have to work with you on that because it's not quite the same as like the evil AI stuff that you'll see popping up every now and again, like with Clippy. But basically, you're like I think it's actually cyborg rules.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like a point buy system basically.
yeah, you basically have a point
Yeah.
buy, but it's a little bit more complicated. So we'll work through that
Mm.
if one of you want to try that.
I
So
can beat Data. That's awesome.
you could be Data. It's technically you would be Data, but with like a human brain. You're not technically an AI, you're a cyborg. But there's also mech rules in there. So if one of you wants to decide to build a mech, that's totally okay by me.
Sweet.
You'll have to, it can be a goal and you can work on that. So I'm going to go through and fix all the values on your goals, instincts, and beliefs while we're playing. Hopefully I'll get them all done.
Feasibly, could we like augment power armor into a mech?
Yeah, that might be a
Like,
component.
yeah.
That'd be like a component of building out a mech.
I'm just thinking of I'm thinking of like future characters building like Halo armor essentially, where it's like it's power armor but also gives you like strength boost and stuff like that.
Yeah. And we
Sweet.
just finish while I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna go through and finish all these.
My number one favorite thing is having agency with my gear. Like I can modify it in this way.
Yeah, so you should talk to Butch whenever he gets here about Matilda sometime. And that's fine. That one. And yeah, and then I just gotta do one last one. Okay, so I think that's all of the mechanical stuff I had to go over. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so the last thing about the XP stuff is that it's roughly like the beliefs are anywhere, they're still in that same range that's in the big experience handout on the side there. It's roughly like 10 to 100 XP, sometimes a little bit higher, sometimes a little bit lower. Instincts are a little bit better than that document, and goals are much better than that document. You get a ton of XP for completing a high level goal. So it does work out that if you complete like 3 or 4 of the next level down, you'll get about the same as the next level up, give or take. I forget what the math is exactly, but yeah. So let's get started. And I'm sad that Butch is not here. I'm gonna get him one more time, see if he's here. I knew I should have checked with him today. I was just busy. Okay, so we come in on a totally blank black screen. No music, no sound, and on the bottom of the screen in sort of ominous text, it says, "That which doth eternal lie, ... More silence, and the camera pans over a vast dust cloud. It's slowly moving towards it. It's illuminated by great beams of light from a distant star. Oh, I think Butch is coming here, so I'm going to stop, and I might actually restart. He's going to be 15 minutes, so I'm just going to keep going. So distant light illuminates it slightly, and it's debris. As it comes into focus, we see it's debris from some ship. The bright white light shines momentarily in the distance on some other items. It's instantaneous almost. It's a cloud of sharded glass and bent steel. We see a few more beams of light, and the camera swings around to see the MSS Basilisk, this massive spaceship. Explosions are erupting periodically on its outer hull. To the side of the screen, there's a large piece of debris that starts to obscure our vision. At first, it's just this vaguely amorphous shape that's veiled in total shadow. But as soon as it fully obscures the light behind it, the ambient light in front of us illuminates it. We see written on the side of this torn to shreds vac suit, Jack Rose. The camera cuts dead, and we see in that same ominous text, 8 hours earlier, across the bottom of the screen. The camera opens back up on the blackness between the 2 doors that it cut out on at the end of last season. As they slide open, light pours in from the outside into the dark room. First, all one combined light, then 3 separate lights. A vac-suited arm reaches out. Come with me if you want to live. A woman's voice. She's carrying a las rifle. I'm Emily. I don't know what the fuck you did, but shit is fucked. Big thing running around. Don't know what the fuck it is, but it's got like 6 mouths. What the actual fuck that you're doing?
I'm not gonna say it is.
Well, I don't really care. You need to get out of here because it's around the corner and it looks mad.
Are you an expert in these things? How do you know it looks mad?
Shit, I don't think you can look any other way, but we need to get the fuck out of here.
I guess we can go together for a bit, if you think that prudent.
She looks behind her and says, I think it's fucking prudent. Ari, Carter, come on. And she looks at the 2 people standing next to her and gestures for them to start running down the hall. Do you guys all follow her?
I will follow her.
Okay,
Sorry, I was muted there.
that's fine.
I was finishing dinner.
I'll book it.
Yep, so Butch is
I'm gonna
following with you.
I'm going to take one peek at what the new people that just showed up might be running from, see if I can see like over the guy's shoulder down the hallway or something like that. Before I turn around and book it.
So you've seen this before. It's the big scary thing from last week. For the
it's the SJW monster.
yes. Actually, let me do this. This is the SJW monster, just for reference. Also, actually, she also shouts to you too, Randy. You're further behind, so I guess there's 3 people there. I forgot that you were dead. So she shouts to you too, and she's like, Randy, come on! And you're like lagging behind, maybe.
I'm coming. Hold your horses.
Where's the fedora?
Anyway,
What the fuck is a fedora?
so she runs down the hall and she ducks. She runs down. You all are kind of running away, and you hear the lumbering giant behind you. She finally sees like a hallway to duck into, and it's actually the med bay, which the rest of the gang from the Jack Rose had been in earlier. And she hides in there, and she looks at you, Tassus, and be like, "Shit, why are you here? I had spike drive issues. I had to land on this thing, and then there's a big fucking thing. What the fuck is going on?"
I'm not totally sure as to the nature of the situation here. I came here to pick up sweet loot.
Well, shit, my ship's fucked. Can I get a ride off with you?
Where do you want to go?
Anywhere but fucking here. Drop me off at the first planet. Me and my crew will find some other kind of ship to get on. I was just carting these fuckers. I don't even know.
Are we all in vac suits, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
How much air do I have left on my vac suit?
The air is breathable, so it's been filtering and not actually using the air. So you have, all the air you need. It's just been filtering it.
So I've been exposed to the air in here.
Only through filtration, which means there'll be no mechanical effect on you. If that's what you're worried about.
Okay. I guess you could come on our ship. I mean, it's not going to be free. We don't exactly give free rides. But given the circumstances, I'm sure I can give you a cut rate.
She looks at you like you have 4 heads and be like, "Are you fucking nuts? There's a thing with 6, count 'em, 6 mouths out there. Fine, if you want me to charge me some fucking money, I will fucking pay you when we get off this fucking whatever the fuck. Just get me the fuck out of here."
You don't want to try to kill it?
I look up and say, "Are you crazy?"
Yeah, she's just totally shell shocked by that. Just doesn't even know what to do.
I just have my fucking eyebrow raised. Like, seriously, man?
Yeah, I mean, what do you say? What do you say to that, Tacitus?
I mean, it seemed like it would be killable.
You're a special snowflake, aren't you?
I asked the captain lady, "Are you sure these are the people we want to sign on with? We can wait for another ship."
She looks over at you and goes, "Listen, I I don't know that I don't think we got a lot of options. You know what I mean? It's not like this is exactly a populated sector of space."
By the way, could you, the red square is where we're at in space right now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so we're in the
'Cause-
Deadlands.
Yeah, you're in the sort of no man's land between the 2
Mhm.
countries.
All right.
Yeah, so I think as you guys are talking and trying to figure out what the cost of carting these people off will be, the camera is looking sort of behind you, and there's a shadow, a couple shadows actually, that run across the back of the room.
And we just don't notice them.
Roll perception. Perception wisdom.
I think I might actually be proficient in that. Let's see. Ah, da, 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 da.
Actually, everybody can roll that.
I think I'm
No,
too
just-
engaged in the conversation to actually
Okay.
notice.
Yeah, so at least a couple of you. So everybody but Randy so far, and Al isn't here. He's going to be here in a few more minutes. So he's with you, but he's just not. He's catatonic. He's terrified. So yeah, I think everybody but Randy notices. Randy and Tacitus notice these 2 shadows zip by.
I kind of like.
Yeah, go ahead.
I kind of like wheel around and pull out like an old school revolver,
Okay.
and I'm just like looking where they. I'm looking at where they were, and it's just like we should probably move right now.
Yeah,
I find
the
I
light.
find the nearest thing I can put between myself and them and hide.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the light from Ari's vac suit, like he has like a wrist light or something, and you see it flash by, and there's nothing there. And then we see Carter like duck behind a nurse's station or something. Carter, can you roll a luck check?
Luck. D20, right?
I'm sorry, not. Oh no, I'm sorry. I got this backwards, didn't I? Ari's the psychic. Carter's the other guy.
Yes.
So Ari, you roll a luck check. It's on your.
No.
Yeah. So you duck behind that nurse's station, and you kind of like hiding. You zip right underneath this desk, and you're like hiding underneath it, like kind of poking your eyes around and seeing, and you hear this low sound. It's kind of
Like-
under the desk with you.
Oh shit.
I
It's-
bolt.
Yeah, your face mask fogged up a little bit, and as you run away, a small lizard-like creature that's standing on its back 2 legs, arms up, sort of like a T-Rex mode, with a big gaping mouth with 2 rows of teeth, screams this god-awful. I can't even mimic it. It's just this god-awful, wrenching scream. What do you do?
I
Um,
bolt.
Okay, roll an athletics check.
I get dex or strength on that one.
Whichever is better for you. Yeah, so this thing, man,
All sorts of trip and fail.
oh yeah. So you start to run away, but this thing screams and comes after you. It's
I
gonna
probably
try to
get my
attack-
foot. I probably get my foot caught
Yeah.
on like the leg of the desk or something.
I
What's your-
immediately
what's your
pull
AC?
out my shotgun at the scream and shoot at it.
Okay.
My AC is 4.
Yeah, so it misses you. Can you roll initiative, Tim?
Yes.
You need to get better than a 7. Yeah, so it's gonna. It hears the click click of your gun, and that sound seems aggressive to it, so it's gonna come after you. What's your AC?
It should be 5.
Yeah, so it lunges at you. Can you you can take your shot?
What's this AC?
7. I gotta invite Butch. Hang on 1 second. Let me know if you hit it, because I'm not looking at the screen right now.
I do for 10
Oh,
damage.
he hits it for 10
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah, you blow it to bits. It's gone. But you hear like this sort of like mice running around, just these little tap 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 sounds all around you. It's almost deafening.
Well, I got dinner, guys.
So welcome, Butch, back to the show. What has happened is that a small lizard-like creature tried to eat one of the people that you've just met, and Tim's new character, Randy, blew it away with some degree of precision.
That's why he rolled a warrior as his new character.
Yes. All right. So this thing gets blown away, but you hear a lot of this rambling, and Emily looks at you and she's just like, "We got to get out of here." She's not saying anything, but she's just like clearly very scared and wants to get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I start like I just yell, "Let's move," and I guess I go towards the closest like. So as we're running through the ship, are there like deadbolt doors that can be activated like as I'm passing by?
Yeah. So the let me describe the ship a bit for you, because I forget you weren't here last week. So yeah. So the ship is absolutely massive. We're talking a ship that's thousands of kilometers in height and width and depth, just huge.
Holy shit! Sounds
yeah.
like we're on the Death Star.
More or less, like you're on it. It could be mistaken for a small moon.
We're in a town.
Yeah, you're like a city. It's huge. The actual hallways are probably at least anywhere from like they get as small as 10 meters across to as big as a few hundred meters across. They're very tall. You can drive cars through them. There's a few cars left around. None of them seem to work. The things with flat tires, that kind of stuff, tipped over, whatever. There are giant blast doors every few hundred meters along these halls. And they're, many meters thick, but they shut as one unit, and they can be opened as one unit. And there's also smaller, like, access doors, like the size of like a garage door, or so, in them. And you can open those. Those are much thinner. They're maybe a few inches thick each, and they have like airlocks between them, basically. So it's designed so that if there's a hull breach, they can shut the big blast doors, repressurize the other areas, but still have airlock access.
Yeah.
So that's the rough design of the ship, and you're right now in like an offside room on the outer rim of this ship, in like a medical facility. There's a bunch of, it's like a ward. There's a bunch of beds, some computers and stuff flying around.
All right, so we're in.
Assuming we came from one direction with the captain, the existing players came from another direction. Is there a third way to go out of here, or do we have to pick one of the two ways we came from?
So you're on the
Not their
outermost. Yeah, you're on the outermost part of the ship. You came. I would say you probably came from like the other. So if you think of it like a ring, it's not a ring, but you think of it like a ring. You came counterclockwise. They came clockwise. Met at some point near the bridge. It's actually, you were at an armory, which is a little ways from the bridge. And you can either go inward or you can keep going counterclockwise, but going clockwise the way they were going is running back towards the big scary thing.
Yes, that's the way we don't run.
Yes.
All right, counterclockwise it is then.
Yeah, so you can keep running counterclockwise, and that happens to be in the same direction as where the Jack Rose is. You don't know that, but I'm okay with your players knowing that.
I'm entirely fine falling in behind the people with the guns.
Yeah, so Tacitus and Al, what do you do? Do you run towards the ship? Are you running inwards? Like, what's going on?
Is there anything left of the monster that got blown away?
Small little bits. Like, we're talking viscera and chunks.
You might have to scrape some of it off of me.
There's a lot of this like green goopy blood. And you notice that some of it has got like this silver specks in it.
You peek your head under the desk and a huge chunk of it just falls on your face.
Actually, no, that's you're like looking around and there's just like goop that just drips on your face.
Here's your mucus, Egon.
Yeah.
Are there any vials around? I want to see if I can grab a sample before I go.
Do you have any vials on you? There's probably not anything still in one piece in this room, really. But I think you have like some equipment that might have stuff in it.
If you said this was a medical bay, I'm sure there's something that could be repurposed.
Well, it's been out of use, and there are these little things that run around and tend to make a mess of everything. You might have seen them under that desk where you were hiding.
Oh, I saw them all right.
Let me see. So you
I
have-
need a new pair of underwear.
I'm trying to see what you have on you, Tacitus.
I don't really think I have anything.
You have a post-kit toolkit. You might have like some plastic containers in that. I wouldn't even make you burn it. Well, no, you would burn
I
a
got a
charge,
sur-
but you
I
get
got-
like 30 of them.
I got a survival kit. I may have some random crap on me if he asks. Let me see what's actually in the survival kit.
A dang
So
tank.
the way that those work, it's like Dungeon World. So you burn a charge and it's whatever you need.
Mhm.
You get like 3 charges on each.
Alright.
Does anyone
Oh.
have any vials? Maybe
Uh,
small jars.
Do I look
Sealed
like someone
pouch.
who would have vials on his person?
Let's see.
Actually, I mean,
I say, what do you want to vial for?
I want to take a sample.
Why would you want to take a sample?
It could be interesting.
We do
Can
have
we
a
leave
mass
now?
spectrometer on the ship.
That's true, you do. I totally fucking forgot about that. Oh god.
I'm getting the sense of a no.
I just start edging away from the person who's more concerned with taking a sample than fleeing.
I rack another round in my shotgun.
Okay.
I mean, does the shotgun have shells?
Yes.
Yes.
So there should be an empty shell somewhere.
Yes.
So can
You
I
can-
grab that?
Absolutely. You can reach down at Randy's feet and grab the empty shell and fill it with alien gunk.
I was
Okay,
I was
now
gonna
have-
say you could probably find a rubber glove and use that and just tie off the end.
Yeah, you now have some apparatus in which you have stored some amount of alien gunk. Put
Yeah, so
alien gunk in your inventory.
Scraped up into the shotgun shell and then sealed with the rubber glove tied around the outside.
I just look down at him
Alien gunk.
with a look of disgust as I slowly smoke the cigar in my mouth.
Hell, it's about damn time. Anyway,
You're in a
We can go
you're
now.
in a vac suit as well, so you're smoking the cigar inside the vac suit.
it's like a vape. It's like a
You
vaping
can't
cigar.
see his face at all.
Or he's got like this little hole that leads out, and it's like clearly like, there you go. Anyway, it's like a one-way pressure thing. Anyway, or you're just hotboxing. That's fine.
Mhm.
Anyway, so yeah, what are you guys doing as you hear
Leaving
the
was
pitter patter? Yeah, leaving was mentioned.
I look towards the captain and say, "Leaving."
Price.
She looks at you. She's still pretty catatonic.
I've just fucking drag her along.
Yeah. So you guys are heading out the door.
Yes.
And I would like to attempt to seal the door.
Okay. Tassus and Al, you follow him.
I follow.
Okay.
I follow
and
my
so-
captain.
Yeah. So you guys are heading out. You try to seal the door. Why don't you do a security check against your intelligence? To like,
Yeah.
I think intelligence makes sense.
Yeah. It's like computers, but more concerned
Yeah.
with like security.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. You close the door. The door snaps shut. You click a couple buttons, and it sprouts up with like a locked symbol.
I want to find a small, unobtrusive table and push it in the way of the door, just because.
Yeah, there's like a maybe like a gurney next to the outside of this thing. It's sort of like dilapidated. You drag it over, it makes a screeching sound.
Yeah. And I don't know. Who's leading? Because I just wanted to get the fuck out of that room and seal
I
the
know where the ship is. I guess if you guys feel this is the best course of action, we can move ourselves to the ship.
Well, get moving there, scientist.
We got big monsters and little monsters and a ship. Which one sounds best to you?
I mean, it's technically 2 ships, but I guess we're not counting that one.
One of the ships is broken to all hell.
Well, that ship is also on the opposite side of the the basilisk. So
Yeah.
so you guys start heading towards the ship now. I don't actually remember what was in the way last week, so I'm just gonna make it up as I go. You're taking a slightly different route, I guess. Yeah, you guys are probably 3 or 4 of these big bulkheads away, and I'm gonna need someone to roll a d10.
I will.
Not it.
Let me look up my table. I hope it was a d10. I forget what I made it last time, but We'll find out.
Nobody
Seven.
wants me rolling dice.
That is very true. So, while I'm figuring this out, why don't the new people tell us about their characters? We'll start with you, Mr. Psychic.
Okay, so I would say probably late 20s, early 30s, but looks older just because of how weather beaten he is. I mean, he clearly came from very recently some kind of a shithole planet.
Hmm.
How much in and out of character detail do you actually want?
Whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm pretty okay with stuff going out of character. In
Okay.
terms of like, if you want to keep it secret, don't bother to say it. You don't have to. But like, if you want to talk about your stats, I'm okay with that.
Okay, yeah. And the other GM I play with is really, really against that, so that's
Yeah.
why I wanted to check with you.
You guys,
I mean,
you guys die
literally,
enough.
literally, we don't know who has certain skills in that game
Yeah, yeah.
still.
So yeah, you guys will be dying enough that it'll probably be pretty public knowledge. Because the typical pattern I have seen is you die and then you make a character designed to defeat the thing that just killed you. Right? So like, oh, I died because I didn't have this one skill. Next character's going to be an expert at this one very specific thing. So yeah.
Yeah. So basically, he comes from a planet. He comes from Ibernallo, which is up in the top right of the map. Which, from the looks of it, basically is an ecological shithole of the planet, and sort of did the wilderness survival thing out away in the Badlands, hitched the first ride off he could get, and that probably is what landed him on the freighter we just hopped off of. Pretty average stats overall, nothing bad, just a bunch of 9s and a couple of 14s, so he's relatively quick and he's definitely pretty alert.
I just
And-
pinged where Ibernallo is,
Yeah.
by the way. It's Ibernallo and Rati system.
Yep, very top right of the map. And he's a he's a telekinetic and telepath. And here's what I've always wondered: the psychic is kind of Stars Without Numbers Ursat's caster class.
Mm-hmm.
And since I'm a telekinetic and telepath, does that make me a telecaster?
I guess so. Yeah.
Very limited audience joke, but it had
It's
to be
okay.
asked.
It's okay. I forgive you for your bad pun. Yeah, so Butch, I don't know if you caught, I think I told you about this. You're short like 2 levels of psychic stuff. Did you fix that at some point?
I think so.
Okay.
I took bioscience and then telekinesis.
Nice.
Mhm.
That's a good plan. Okay. Yeah, so Carter, why don't you go next?
My character's name is Carter Wilson. Most people just call him Wilson. He's around 6 feet, mid-20s, brown hair, brown eyes. He always has like a flat cap. If you want to know what a flat cap is, it's like the early 1900s, like poor Irish workers hat. And he grew up on Canseco, more specifically Ballesteros.
Mhm.
And he's actually been like a thief for most of his life, a con artist and a thief. And in terms of stats, the only things he has bonuses in is int and charisma. And
All right.
yeah.
Okay. And then Randy, are you done?
I'd also like to note, despite me being a thief, I'm fucking broke as all hell.
So you're a bad thief is the punchline.
We'll see.
Yeah, so Randy, why don't you go up last?
Sure. I am a 6-foot guy, or 6'5", sorry, guy that is built like a brick. Like if you've seen the character Brick from Borderlands, imagine that kind of build.
Mm-hmm.
I have a shotgun. I have a slight southern accent. And I am a very blunt mercenary.
Back to class for Tim. Uh, okay, yeah. So, as you guys are running through this first bulkhead, you keep hearing this, pitter patter. It doesn't seem you don't see anything that would cause this. It's relatively dark, so you might not see it. But as you're about halfway through, um, there are like windows on the outer bulkhead of this, probably 100-meter wide hallway, and they periodically just go black and then stop. And at some point, you're probably about 3/4 away to the other end of this thing, to the next airlock. A couple of those windows break, and you feel the atmosphere rushing out of the room through them. Can you all make a? I need a save. I'm gonna say a tech save. It seems about right.
I'm actually good at these.
Man, Harry, you aren't kidding. Never roll anything. Oh my God. Yeah. So
That's the third one on various dice that I've rolled tonight. I would just like that pointed out.
yeah.
Just hard
So
failure.
Ari and Alistair, you guys both get pulled back very hard by the loss of atmosphere, and you probably pulled back a good dozen or so meters before like your vac suit kicks in and grabs the ground as it notices that you're being oddly pulled in a direction. The rest of you manage to keep your feet while this happens, but as you turn around and look, there's probably a dozen or more of those same little beasties rushing at you. Can you all roll initiative, please?
Oh god.
Need to close some things and close that, kill that.
Need to select my token first.
You can just roll it manually. That token thing is kind of borked.
It only works if you got tokens out on the board and selected and are using the initiative tracker to have it auto add. So
Yeah,
It's no big deal.
yeah. So the thing should work, but I don't have tokens set up for you because most of you didn't have
Pictures.
pictures. Hang on one second. It's going to be at least 4.
Until I brought it up.
7. Okay, and I need to open up my little sheet here real quick. Open. And we're going to open up.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Alright.
Books, RPG. I need my GM sheet. I didn't have it open already because I'm bad.
I hope these aren't immune to tech level 3 weapons.
I don't think they're wearing advanced armor.
Considering
No, they
I
are not.
blew one away with a tech level 3 shotgun,
Alright.
I think we're good.
Yeah, you're fine. Tech level 3 will work. These guys are subject to physics. There's not a lot in this world that isn't subject to physics, and it turns out that projectiles are pretty effective. Oh shit,
That's good, because all I have otherwise is a knife.
that would also be effective.
Effective, yes. Would I want to get in close in a no atmosphere environment? No.
Yeah, probably
No.
not. Probably not. Not a good plan. Okay, let me get
I'm
these.
assuming Tassus and I have not had time to read our manuals for our pre-tech weapons and can't use them yet.
You have not. You are carrying. In fact, you're carrying like these Pelican cases, and they're pretty heavy. To be honest, I should probably give you a penalty, but I'm not going to because I don't care. Tacitus is a 2. Let me get the turn order up. Let me just add all you, and I'll sort you after. Okay, so I think, let me see, Randy's up here, you're back here. Tacitus, Ari is that guy, so you're like this and like that. And we're gonna sort you now. Carter's at yours. And Ari actually rolled pretty okay on the initiative.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed by that.
Tactus, meanwhile.
And 5 for these guys.
Oh wow, I actually go first. That is actually pretty rare for me.
Bum, bum, bum.
All right, so what do you want to do, Carter?
So as we were running, did I see any like automated security that isn't in disrepair?
Go ahead and roll a perception check against wisdom.
Wisdom, submit, no assistance. 6. Nope.
Well, so that doesn't. It's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
This isn't Dungeon World.
Yeah.
Yes, you do see some stuff. There are a couple of gun emplacements in the ceiling, mostly. Unfortunately for you, the control panel is on the other side of the room. It's probably about 300 meters away. I mean, if you feel good about sprinting almost, 1,000 feet, I'm
no.
okay with it.
No. Yeah. Fuck it, I'll do it. No, not running. I'll take a shot.
Okay.
So,
These
is there any?
guys all have AC 4, by the way.
Okay, so slash roll 1d20. So +4. I don't have ranged skills, so that's -1.
This should be on your character sheet. You can, for whatever weapon you have, you can.
Yeah,
fill
in
that.
common rolls, there's basic attack roll.
There's also next to, if you add a weapon, so down under equipments, weapon, revolver.
Oh, there it is.
Just click your attack button. I think you still have to add as a bonus whatever plus or
your
minus you have.
relevant, your
Skill
relevant
and
stat.
attribute.
I need to fix that at some point. I was missing some features when I wrote that. Yeah, nothing.
Yes.
If you want to move, you can move, but you can move
Yeah.
3 squares or 3 hexes per turn.
No, I'm actually good. I have 2 guys in front of me to take hits.
All right, Al, you're up.
I'm gonna throw the grenade I picked up from the armory.
Okay. Let me see what the scale is here.
Smart.
Yeah, it's actually, this is about the right scale. So,
Grenades go like 10 meters, right?
there are rules for this.
Mm-hmm.
It is like 10 meters plus your strength bonus or something, or 10 meters per your strength bonus. Let me see if it's on my sheet.
No, I mean an explosive radius.
It's 5 meters, I think. It'll hit a few of them if he throws it well.
Mm-hmm.
The question is whether he can make the throw, not whether it hits stuff. It'll probably hit stuff.
I have a strength bonus of 1.
Good grief, where is the rule for this thing? Grenades, primitive.
I just remember this.
They're under primitive weaponry.
35, page 35.
Yeah, page 35, primitive bows. No.
On a miss, the grenade lands 1d10 meters away from the target in a random direction.
It doesn't say how far you can throw it.
The range in meters is 10 for short, 30 for a penalty.
Okay, so you can throw it there, but it's going to be at a -1. That's basically, you're throwing it like a third of a football field. So,
What if I move up before I throw it?
yeah, you can move up to here-ish. Come on, ping, man. Damn it. Move up to like there. Yes, that's going to be. I'll give it to you at. Yeah, I'll give it to you. You can just make the roll. No
Okay.
penalty.
Well, what do I roll?
It's a normal attack, so
Against AC 9.
against AC 9 and your dex.
Basic attack roll? Is that?
Yep.
You said combat skill bonus is dex?
Yep. And you got this is the one you got out of the armory, right?
The armory, yeah.
Oh yeah, you can definitely make the throw at 20 meters with no penalty. Let me look up. I forget what I put in the armory, so I need to look that up. I know it was better than normal. Okay, hang on one second. So, where were you throwing it? Can you ping where you were going to throw it? Okay. Were you throwing it there? Is that what you're highlighting?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta look up the thing. Hold on. So it lands and plinks down, and it doesn't go off, but it stops right where you aimed it. It doesn't bounce around. It just sits there, and that's all that happens.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna mark down where it is. It's right here.
Is this alien tech weapon?
It is something he got out of an armory, of which he did not know the nature of.
Oh,
So it's an
sweet
unknown
Jesus.
grenade-like object.
Yes, you just threw a small thing that looked like a little pineapple grenade, right? Or actually, probably looked like a steel hand granada. So it's like a little stick grenade. But yeah, it definitely said grenade on the side. So I mean,
This is an awful lot like
oh,
the scene
actually-
in Ghostbusters where they realize that they're going up the elevator with
Um,
unlicensed, untested proton accelerators.
does anybody have a 1 or better in their perception?
I have a 0 and I have +1 intelligence.
I have
Wow,
a 1 in
that-
perception.
You have okay. Make a tech save, and you too, Ari. Anybody who's a telepath needs to make a tech save as well.
Mm.
Okay.
Ooh.
So Ari, because this night isn't going poorly enough for you, you and Tacitus both hear a shrieking sound that is incredibly high pitched. For you, I think it's worse, which makes sense why you failed. It's like someone is cutting into your skull with a knife. You can make an action next turn, but you're gonna be at a penalty. I would recommend your action be running.
No, that was gonna be my action anyway.
Yeah. So Al,
At this point, that cemented the decision.
so Al, you don't notice anything odd with the little alien dudes coming after you, but they all definitely look at the thing that you just threw very intently. So Ari, what do you want to do?
So is this just an open room we're running through? Is there cover anywhere
It's,
nearby?
so there is some like I'll draw something in. Go ahead and roll a d20 and a d12. All right, 17 meters away. 12 o'clock from you. So up here, so we're gonna put it up there.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a busted out car. There you go. And that's, you could hide behind that if you had to.
That's
Yeah,
fantastic
that's-
artwork.
Thank you. I don't have my Wacom set up, so not that it would be any better with the Wacom, but
Yeah.
okay.
No,
Yeah, so
that is exactly the action. Is get the fuck out of here and probably like kneel down, screaming, "What the fuck did you just do?"
yeah, so you can get to like there. If you're only running, you can use 6 hexes. If you're not running and doing another action, you can do 3. So you run up there screaming bloody murder, and now it's time for these guys to move.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh.
Okay. Randy, you're up.
I am going to take a burst fire shot with my shotgun in this general area, kind of aiming for the grenade.
For the grenade?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's covered in these little dudes. They're all staring at it, like huddling around it and like screeching.
Did they just throw us meat?
Well, they're actually pawing at it, like they're smacking it and it's moving. You can hear it rattling around, but it's not like it's almost like a weeble. So it sort of like knocks over and then stands straight back up and keeps making this shrieking sound.
If these things feed on psychic, if these things feed on psychic energy, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
What AC would the grenade have?
It's going to be like AC 10 because it's a tiny little thing and it's got cover.
That'd be
I'm
the
sorry,
other
not
way
AC
around.
10. It's the other way around. Yeah, it's going to be AC 0. Thank you.
Beautiful. This is gonna go so well.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, you miss. All right, Tacitus, you're up.
I am going to take a burst fire shot at one of the stragglers.
Okay. Which one? The one that's further from you or the one that's closer?
The one that is closest to me.
Okay, so this guy?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and make that shot. He's AC 4. Yep. Didn't roll damage for some reason, but can you roll damage?
What's the thing for that?
What weapon did you use?
My SMG.
Yeah, so it should be on your sheet.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like you used the basic attack or something.
SMG is 1d8, and if it's burst fire, then +2 damage.
Yep. Yeah, so
10 damage.
you riddle this thing. Shut up, Cortana. Yeah, so you riddle this thing with bullets, and it screeches in a normal register and then dies.
Wunderbar.
All right, Carter, it's your turn.
Yeah, and the only thing I can see here is just trying to take another shot at these things.
All right.
Let's see. Attack. AC 4, you said?
Mm-hmm. Which one are you shooting? It's either this guy or the group, right?
Yeah, it's the group.
Okay. Then take it at AC 6. There's a bunch of them there, so you're gonna hit one of them.
All right.
Or you're more likely to hit one of them. Yeah, except that you're bad at shooting and you miss.
Yeah, I'm really bad at shooting.
So
You're
Al,
bad at shooting, and you should feel bad.
So Al, can you please roll 2d20, and then can everybody else roll tech safe, except for you, Ari, because you're behind cover. Wow, you failed, dude. So all of these guys are taking 7 damage.
Do I get XP for natural 20? Is that in?
Yeah,
You do not.
Ooh.
Wait,
Unless if you had a goal to roll natural 20.
No, I thought we made a new rule.
Oh, did we? I actually don't remember. To be honest,
I have it in here as I got 5 XP for doing it once.
I think I gave it to you because it was a natural 20 on something that was really good.
Like a clutch natural 20.
So anybody who failed that needs to take 3 points of damage.
Ew.
It's like we threw a thing of boomer bile. It really is.
Or maybe like a psychic pipe bomb.
Yes.
It was also a dud. Like it went off, but basically
7 on a 2d20 is pretty dud.
Yeah. So yeah, the thing explodes and it actually blows them all apart a little bit, like a couple meters away. They do not look particularly pleased. Whoa. By this, and so there's a little smoldering ash there.
Wait, they survived that?
Yeah, it was like a dud.
God damn it!
All right, Al, what do you want to do?
Are they between us and the door, or
No,
are we?
The door is. Let me draw the door for you. The door is down here. It's a little bit. It's further than the edge of the map, but it's maybe like 40 meters away, give or take. 50 meters if you're Ari.
But it's to the south of us.
Yes. So the blue line is the bulkhead where they broke in from.
Did they take any damage from the grenade?
Oh yeah. That actually, you can see that their arms are a couple of their fingers have been blown off, they're bloodied, and they're pretty hurt by it, but they're not dead.
All right, I'll shoot at this one.
Okay. Go ahead and make your shot. AC 4. Yeah, you shoot at it, but it's sort of hunkered down and it just plings past him. Ari, it's your turn.
Okay. Has the headache subsided at all yet, or is it
as
still
soon
the
as it
psychic
exploded?
assault?
No, as soon as it exploded, it disappeared. That feeling just went away.
Okay, then I'm gonna kind of peek around the around my cover, and I'm gonna take a shot at that same one because it's the one that's closest to me.
Yep, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, these two are about the same distance, but yeah.
You shot stars.
So that's a bug in the thing. You actually did hit. Can you roll your damage?
Yeah.
The template only does if you rolled above this or below it, not if you rolled.
Oh, so
equal.
I hit exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing I have to fix. Nice.
All right.
So
Ooh.
your rifle clangs, out of shot, and this thing, you hit it square between the eyes, and its head just evaporates. And I think, Al, you see this happen because you were just shooting at him too. And it's like your shot went, you knew you missed, and you're like, oh fuck, and then his head just went away. And he was like screaming and yelling at you and going to charge at you, and then just dead, gone. He has ceased to be.
He has shuffled off this mortal coil.
He is a former lizard thing. And now they are pissed, and they are coming after you all. But they're melee only so. All right, Randy.
They're mad.
I am going to move 3 spaces down to here and take a shot at that one.
Okay. Make a shot.
I'm working on it.
Is there something? I remember there being something about burst fire where it shoots through someone. Is that a thing?
Not that I
Um,
recall.
Oh, it's
I
a
didn't-
sniper rifle maybe does that? I forget.
Maybe.
It was probably a sniper rifle.
There's various house rules that people have done with burst fire.
Yeah.
The thing with a sniper rifle is that any hit inflicted on an unsuspecting target,
Kills.
they do an immediate physical effect save, or it's an auto kill.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I missed.
Yeah. Well, you missed. So that's that. Tassus, you're up.
I am gonna take a shot at the one that was just missed by warders.
Okay. That's this one, I think.
Yep.
Okay.
Indeed, it is. Oh, and I'm shooting burst fire as well.
Okay. Oh, Emily's here too. I should put her on the board. She's probably hanging out up with you, Ari. She's terrified.
My rolls are on
Terrified.
fire.
Did you hit?
Oh shit!
For 2 damage.
Yes, he
Not that I
did.
did much damage, but
If only there was
Um,
crit.
Man. Yeah, so you peg it, and you peg it in like the leg, and it sort of trips a little bit, but it doesn't go down. I
think-
need to put Emily in the initiative here. Yeah, she's right at the bottom.
Hmm.
So this is Emily.
Tacitus has been fucking rolling like all hell.
Um,
calm
Yeah,
and
so I-
collected in with a mission.
yeah, so Emily is up with you, Ari. She sort of was hiding behind the same thing, and I think she's coming to her senses now, so she's going to join the fight. Carter,
I'm going to push her out ahead of me.
Carter, you're up.
Okay, since I have an actual data slab instead of a compad, is there any way I can hack the security things wirelessly?
Make a computers check.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
Sweet. I get a +2.
Yeah, so you
Ten.
pull out your space iPad and start punching, digits. It makes a nice beep booping sound. You manage to connect to the local router or whatever and start hacking your way into the system. What you
How many-
find there is controls for the security system, but you don't have access to them yet.
All right.
It'll take you a turn, and on your next turn, you can make a roll, and we'll figure out what happens.
All right.
Okay. Al, you're up.
We'll take another shot at this one.
Okay.
Didn't that one die?
No. This one died. They have the little skull and bones if they're
Ah,
dead.
yes. Thank you.
Mhm.
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give him the big X. There you go. That's easier to see.
I give a
Yeah.
little thumbs up to Price.
Yeah, so you hit that thing with your SMG and just pump it full of lead. And it goes down in a spray of blood and viscera. It actually it's interesting as the spray kind of hits in the light from the outside. It shines a little, like it's like glittery. It's interesting fun fact. Ra, you're up.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of peek back around, see that I've got that guy who's the next closest, and take a pot shot at him.
All right. Yeah, it flies wide. No dice. Your guys all come chasing after you. I think this guy's gonna head down that way. He's heading that way. He's heading that way. And Randy,
See here.
remember which one's which.
I'm going to back up 2 spaces and take a shot at that one.
Okay. Big shot.
I'm working on it. Gosh darn it.
And yeah, again, it just you moved and you changed position and they're small and you just couldn't get them. Yeah, so then Emily's up and she sort of gathered her senses together. She sneaks around this corner to make a good shot. And let's see what she is.
Well, will it be a good shot is the question.
Oh, she's got a good shot, man.
She's lining up shots while I'm fiddling with the Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah.
Where's our dog in all of this? Can't it attack?
It's back on the ship, I thought. Was it with you?
Yeah, it was with us in the army.
Oh yeah, because we wanted to tie the other gun.
I think that bandit's kind of scared, and probably hiding behind you, Al, and just like
probably
barking.
doesn't like the taste of green goo aliens.
It also it was probably hurt by that little explosive thing that went off. So it's like whimpering but barking and getting angry. But I think it realizes these things are a pretty good match for it. So maybe it's just hiding back there. Let's see. We're gonna make your roll. Roll 1d20 plus 6 plus 4. Yes, she hits with her combat rifle. And she blows this thing away.
Where's the +6 coming from?
From her attack bonus.
Oh.
Dang.
I forgot to include my attack
She might
bonus.
be a bit higher level than you guys.
Might be.
That's why
Might be
she's
a
the
bit.
captain.
Yeah. She's been doing this for a little while. Tacitus, your turn.
I am gonna shoot at the one right in front of me.
All right.
And if I could ping, let's see. Yeah. Okay.
I should have done
I'm
this way
shooting burst
earlier.
fire again.
Yeah, so you hit. Can you roll damage? I think it's 1d8 plus your burst fire.
It should be 1d8 plus 2.
Yep. All right, yeah. So this thing, again, you're pumping these things full lead at this point. One down after another. The other two are screeching and terrified. You hear, well, you don't hear it, but like your vac suits have like sensors, and they sense like a heat change on the outside hull of the ship, and you can see like little heat signatures pouring around outside. None of them have come in yet. Carter,
Alright.
can you make another computer's roll plus your intelligence?
Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm feeling we're actually going to need this now, so... Yes!
Okay. Yeah, so you hack right into the security system, and there's two things that it says. As it says, you can activate the security system, or you can update its disallowed targets.
How long would it take to update the disallowed targets?
Roll a luck check.
Okay. Luck check?
Yep.
Okay. I keep forgetting everything's on the character sheet.
Yeah, second section down.
It'll
Ouch.
take you this turn to update allowed targets or disallowed targets, and then you can turn it on next turn, no problem. You won't even take your action next turn, but you got to spend the whole turn updating.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
I'm right next to the door. I'm good with this.
All right. Yeah, Al, you're up.
I can move 3 hexes and still make a turn.
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot at this one.
Okay.
Two sides of the same coin.
Were you sure? Were you shooting burst fire?
No. I would love
Oh.
to say yes, just put an extra 2 damage in, but I was not.
So yeah, you hit this thing, but you managed to hit it in like this. It's got like a natural armor plate, and it just like plinks off of it and hits the ground. And it looks at it and just like looks up at you and cocks its head to the side, like what the fuck?
Does it start giggling?
I think you hear like a little like screeching, like just peppered screeching, like. Ari, what do you do?
It's for sure these things sound like hyenas.
Totally. I'll take a shot at that guy right there.
All right. Go ahead and make your shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
Flies just wide. It actually probably what happened is you were both shooting at the same time, and the first one plinked off him, so he ducked to like look at it, and yours just flew right over his head. All right, so
Yeah.
these guys are chasing. Whoa. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's that. Randy, you're up.
Do I happen to get a bonus for basically being close to said target with
No,
a shotgun? No.
no.
Poop.
no, but it means it's
so-
in your short range.
Yeah, it's in your short range, so you're gonna get that bonus, right? So
Well,
That-
you get not a penalty.
yeah, not a penalty with the shotgun.
Yeah, shotgun is close range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, and you can think of it this way: like AC isn't just like their armor value. You don't always hit them and it doesn't do damage. He's like dodging out of the way, and the closer he is, the more you have to move to like to keep up with him.
Fair enough. I am going to take a shot via burst fire. Give me a second.
All right.
Gotta love the combat shotgun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
That'll do it.
Ooh.
So I think are you loading like shot or slugs in that shotgun?
It has like, it's not a deer slug. It's more trying like buckshot.
Okay.
Well,
So
yeah,
it's
3d4. He's got shot in it.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it being a slug. This is just RP shit. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this thing, it jumps at you, like, so it's standing, 10 meters away, and it just like runs up and jumps midair, and you like line it up like someone shouted pull, and you just boom out of the air. This thing actually it catches on that same armor plate, and it flies back with the force of the blast and hits the ground and is impaled on some debris and dies.
Oh, it would have been cool had he shot and just stepped to the side and the fucking corpse just rolled by.
Yeah. All right. So Emily looks at you, Ari, and she's like, "We got to get out of here. Come on." And she books it this way. And that's her turn. Tacitus, you're up.
I will take a shot in burst at the last remaining Xeno.
All right.
And there's like more signatures on the outside, right?
Yeah. And Emily's screaming about it. She's like, "There's more outside. We got to get the fuck out of here." Yeah, you hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. You just keep nailing that one thing. Yeah, it's so you sort of like casually to the side pepper this thing with some more rounds, and it breaks apart into viscera and dies. As you do that, you too notice the number of signatures outside, which is far, far more than what you just killed. Carter, you managed to hack in and update the disallowed list, and as soon as you click the security to come on, the windows all start breaking the same way those first couple did, and dozens of these same little creatures just pour in. And the guns start activating, and you can see like a little readout on your space iPad, space pad. and it's showing like ammo levels and like sort of like systems diagnostics, and you can see
The
that
scene from
numbers.
Aliens.
You can see that number start to just dwindle slowly.
Mhm.
And you got probably, a couple minutes before it's out, but not much
Yeah.
longer than that.
Just start shouting, move, 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 and just like run towards the door.
Yep. Run the hell away.
Yeah. So you guys can all make it to the door in the couple minutes you have, but it won't last much longer than that. So I wouldn't recommend sticking around.
At least I managed to cover or get away.
Yeah. All right. So you guys all head out the door into the next room. I need someone else to roll me a 1d10.
Not it.
I will roll.
So do you think the issue, Ari, is that you roll low or that you roll poorly?
I roll poorly.
Okay.
It's because if it needs to be high, I will roll low. If it needs to be low, I will roll high. Number generators hate me.
I think Tacitus just stole your luck.
Yeah, so while you guys are in the airlock, Carter, I think you see that in the next room there are automated defenses as well, and they're turned on. They're on like a separate subsystem.
Oh, fucking shit. All right.
You're in there, so you can go across and turn them off.
Uh,
But like they have a different allowed list, basically.
yeah, I know. Is there any way I can change the allowed list from my data slab, or would that take too long?
Make a computer's check. You're in the airlock, so you can like wait.
Yeah, but the question is how long until the guns out there start running out?
We'll find out. 2d6 plus your intelligence.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to find the skill.
Yep.
Let's see. Int, submit. 10.
Yeah, so it takes you a couple seconds. You turn it right off, or you like you don't turn them off. You turn them off so you can add them and then reboot them or whatever.
Yeah.
Techno speak occurs. Yeah. So you guys head right through the next area. You're about 2 areas away now. I need one more person to roll me a d10.
Can I take a minute to reload?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys probably reload on your way by, so you guys are stocked up with whatever ammo you have. I think as you're walking through that next thing, Carter, you get a message on that compad. It just sort of pops up on your screen. Oh man, Randy, this worked out perfectly. The message that pops up on your screen is she remembers. She still remembers everything. What you did, I remember with her. And just that pops up, and it actually starts popping up on your visors. So Randy, the next thing that you see on your visor, you can't escape them. You can't escape his children. It's just text on your screen as you walk by. Right as you get to the next airlocks, all the lights go out that were on. All like the emergency lights go out in that section, and you're in the next airlock. You keep moving through the next section. The next section is actually open to space. There's like the hull is all ripped out. And so you're walking through. It takes you, so it's probably taking you like an hour and a half or so to work through all these rooms. So you're down at 4.5 hours on your vac suits. You get to the next airlock, and you see on the other side there's some movement on the other side of the airlock.
Good. More things to kill.
By the way, when we head out and before we started like walking across the depressurized area, can I seal the door behind us, like deadbolt it shut?
Yeah, so you go into the computer system and seal it. It doesn't take long. You have access to the full security system, so
Alright.
Set a code on that airlock door or something.
yeah.
No, I'm just making it so it can't be fucking opened again. Like I want that
We
thing
might come back
sealed.
here.
Yeah, just put a security code on it, and
All right.
that way we can get in and out, but nothing else can.
Don't worry about those numbers. You'll know what they mean in a minute.
Never a good sign when the GM says, "Oh, don't worry about those."
How many security turrets in the next room?
Actually, there are none. They all reported as status non-operational.
Ah, dicks.
But yeah, so
bag of 'em.
you see some movement in the next room on the other side of the airlock. Can you make a? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I kind of look around at the people we picked up, and or the old people, and say, what are these things?
Good question. Definitely not human. I think we can confirm that. Well, now that I said that, maybe we can't confirm that because I don't know if we found. No, we found one dead crew member, but they might be the old crew. Maybe.
I thought
So
they
I
were
guess we
small.
can't confirm anything.
I'm
Maybe
pretty
it's
sure we
just
found
me.
there's a virus on the ship, right? Like everybody got sick.
There was some indication of a virus.
Maybe it's just me, but I don't want to stick around here having this conversation. Can we get off this ship before we talk about this?
Tim, I didn't know you could do such a good Southern accent. That's impressive.
That's the
I'm
first
proud of
time. That's the first time I've actually heard I can do a good accent on something.
It is not bad. You sound very hickish.
I will
It's probably
remind
all-
you, knowledge is power.
Well, thank you for that lovely thing there, Sherlock, but I really don't want to stick around here. Can we please go?
I don't want to run headlong into something without knowing everything, cards on the table that anybody might know about these things. I haven't seen these before, and I don't know if you guys have. That's
So-
why I'm asking.
Ari, on your visor, as you're talking to him, you see, and I was on a white horse, and I sat with him that had a bow, and a crown was given to me, and I went forth conquering and to conquer.
Well, fuck. They ain't quoting scripture now. That's never a good sign.
No, I don't think it is. I like your idea of leaving.
Well, thank you. At least someone here has brain.
All right.
I'd like to keep it too, please.
I
All right.
concur.
That's an awfully big word for you, isn't it?
What? You think just because I didn't go to college?
Space
Just-
college.
You don't think I went to space college? You'd be surprised. Mind you, OOC, I have an int of 15.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You're smarter than a lot of the rest of us.
Barely smarter than me.
I didn't notice that. That's impressive.
I know. I
Shit,
got a
I know
kick
about
out of that
shit.
reading his
Fuck
character
you.
sheet.
Oh man.
I know things.
I just want to talk to her.
So I forget what week that was, but at some point y'all should go back and listen to me do my Sling Blade impression for
I got it. AFK
an hour and a
half.
half.
How far
Shortly
away are
followed
these
after
things?
that by Tessa shooting what was it, a grav launcher into the floor?
That was beautiful. That's when you guys picked up Bandit. It was great.
It would have worked.
Anyway,
You shot
Clearly
a
it didn't.
grapnel launcher
Any
into
plan
the
that ends with
floor.
"it would have worked."
He shot a grapnel
It
launcher
wouldn't have
into
worked.
the floor at point
clearly
blank
wouldn't have
range.
worked because it didn't work. Anyway. Yeah, so as you guys are sitting outside this airlock, you see more movement in the next room, and I think who hasn't seen a message yet? I think it's Randy, Ari. Who else?
I don't think I have.
Okay, you see
Yeah.
the following. And there went out another that was red, and power was given to her that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another, and there was given to her a great sword.
That's weird.
Okay, yeah.
Guns out, gentlemen.
Can,
And
can,
it's
can we please go? I know I went to seminary, so I know they're quoting shit from the Bible. And I don't like things being quoted from Revelation.
Can you make an intelligence test, Randy?
Give Give me a second.
And actually, do you have like history or something to represent that seminary knowledge?
Negative on that one.
Um,
I'm trying
put a
to.
put a profession, seminary, and you can give yourself a 0 in it, and that's what I want you to make.
Fair enough.
I didn't get any backstory from you, so I'm just assuming that you just made that up right now.
I did.
Yeah, so you can just have profession seminary, and go ahead and make a seminary check against your intelligence. There's a sentence I never thought I'd say. Yeah, so you remember this. You remember this from your time in seminary, and in particular, you remember that they're misquoting the Bible. There's something wrong with what you're seeing when you see these sentences.
Are they using those newfangled NIV versions? Damn,
No.
I want my KJV.
So, speaking of, they are quoting the KJV, but they are misquoting it slightly.
I figured. I'm trying to stick with this. I'm trying.
Yep, that's fine. Well, I mean, you can know that that's what you studied. You know, you studied the KJV, and like they're misquoting this. This seems wrong to me. Anyway, so yeah, do you guys end up going through the airlock, or like what are you planning here?
I'm looking around the inside of the airlock. Like, are there vents or anything? Like, there have to be vents to vent in oxygen. Are they big enough for people to fit through?
No, they're like it's a long slit vent, and you don't see anything in the airlock. You see it in the room past the airlock, in the big.
Yeah,
open.
no, I like.
It looks like I mean, it looks empty, just like an airlock. There's these long slit vents. They're about maybe half-inch wide along the floor and ceiling, and they just pull in or push in the air depending on what you're trying to do.
All right. So no escapism. Yeah, no, I got nothing.
So I just open the airlock door and walk out.
Okay, so you're walking into the next room.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
So when
cycle
you
it. Let's go.
okay, everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
Yeah.
We haven't done combat in so long. I felt like we just get it out of the way now.
I had no idea, like, yeah. I thought we could do, like, a spacewalk across the station, but I feel like we would be severely at a disadvantage there.
Yeah. D8, Randy. Is this guy? Tacitus is next. It's this guy. And then
Is
we
my-
have Carter.
Okay. I was wondering if my roll was showing up.
Yeah, we see.
And this guy. And I got this absolutely ass backward because fuck me running.
Not with the stolen dick.
Yeah, so when you get in, you hear booming through your not. I guess you don't hear it because there's no atmosphere, but you see
Feel the
like
vibration on the floor.
you feel
or
the
something.
vibration on the floor, and in your vac suits, you hear the following. And I looked and beheld a great pale woman, and her name that sat was Death, and hell followed with me. And power was given unto me over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword and with hunger and with death and with the beasts of the earth. And before you see that lovely beast. I'm hoping that you're all on the right screen.
Blue box, orange squares.
The
That is
blue
the wrong
box.
screen. That is the wrong.
My gosh.
That is the right screen.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, did we already fucking kill this? Oh, we didn't kill it. God damn it.
The other
Stiff upper
airlock
lip, Bryce.
is approximately 300 meters away from you.
In which direction?
I will draw it. It's up there. This map is not to scale. There's just a big thing, and then you're in the rest of the room. You're going to get the same AC with whatever gun you use against this thing because it is so huge. It's AC 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you guys want to do? Carter, I believe you go first. If I did this right.
No,
I'm sorry,
Ari.
no, Ari goes first. And actually, yeah, you always go. So my rule is that players always go before monsters. So, just for reference.
I'm gonna run towards the airlock.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just booking it, trying to not run
Can you
any more
make-
towards the thing than I have to.
Sure. So you're booking along the back wall.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend your whole turn running.
Hell yes.
I forget exactly how much you can move per turn. I thought it was 10 meters.
20. It's 20 meters. 40 if you're using both actions. For
So keep track. You're at. Actually, I'll just do it here in the turn sheet. So it's 300 meters away. You're at 260 meters. Carter, don't get to go next. The scary thing does. So these guys are all at 300. I'm just gonna punch in these numbers so I keep track. 300. 300.
Is this pink thing the door?
Yeah, those pink lines up there, that's the other door. So the scary thing is probably 100 meters or so away from you, so on the other side of this big room. And he's going to make an attack. 1d20. And he spits in the group of you, your general direction. Ari's out of range of it, but he ends up spitting short, and it just like this blob of acid just falls at the floor. It's totally silent, but you see it just fall, and it clearly like splashes and little bits of acid float off into space. Because the gravity is a little bit weaker in here, just because there's no atmosphere. Your vac suits compensate automatically. Carter, it's your turn.
Run and gun. How far can I move?
It's 20
while taking
meters.
a shot?
20 meters if you're taking a shot, 40 meters if you're not.
Okay, so let's see. Just put me at the edge here.
Do our guns work?
You are yes, they do. You are 300 meters away, so this is not to scale.
Yeah, I know. It's just in relation to the group.
Sure.
Is what I wanted to.
Yeah. So then, if you wanted this to be in relation to the group, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this totally abstract.
Yeah, because this thing has AOE attacks, so.
Yeah. I'm keeping track of that on the side, but you are 20 meters behind Ari and ahead of the group.
All right, and this thing has 6 AC, right?
Yep.
6 AC minus 1.
Yeah, you shoot, but you're just not. You can't quite keep a good train on it. It kind of plinks off of its outer hull of skin.
Notice how I've been missing, but I haven't yet failed a skill roll.
Yeah.
Well, you are a skill monkey. I mean.
All right, Tacitus. What are you gonna do?
I am going to throw a flare.
Okay. What are you trying to do? You trying to distract it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can throw a flare. You want to throw it in its general direction, I assume. You can just do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it ends up like here. And I'll figure out what it needs to do on its next turn. What else you want to do? I assume you want to run.
Yes. I will do the same thing.
All right, so you run your 20 meters. Oops, that was not what I want to do at all. Plink. Okay.
All right, so 2 hexes is 20 meters.
Yeah, it's just for relative amount. I'm gonna move you all back at the end of the turn. The thing that matters is what's in the turn order. Randy, what do you want to do? I lined you up in perfect turn order. God, I'm good.
I will run and gun while saying, "Let the high praises of God be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people."
Wonderful. Go ahead and make your roll. This is working out better than expected.
You're like my old paladin.
I literally have Bible Gateway open. I'm just hooking up various verses.
That is not dissimilar from what I did when I was coming up with this whole plan. Yeah, so you shoot your shotgun and it is infused with righteous anger. And
furious vengeance.
It pokes him in one of his 6 mouths and blows out part of his tongue, and he just starts bleeding this black goop. It's black and shining, and you can actually see it sparkle a little bit as it dribbles down his leftmost mouth.
Is the shotgun called Holy Smite?
If I think it needs a name now. Al, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna
So,
come up with a name for that after. Sorry.
how does my telekinetic powers work? It looks like I can manipulate an object
So
up to 200 kilos.
this thing is way more than 200 kilos.
I don't want to manipulate that. I want to manipulate a Simtex charge.
You absolutely can manipulate a Simtex charge. Now, you're telekinetic level 2, right?
Yes.
So the way this works out, I believe the Semtex charge has a remote detonator. I think that's how it works, like in real life. I don't think I gave you one, but it's a remote detonator. So what this means is that you can handle any object visible to your unaided vision as if handling it with one hand. So you're like holding it with one hand. You have an effective strength of 10 and can be used to wield an object at a -2 penalty. You're not trying to like hit him with this. You're trying to put it next to him, right?
Yes.
All right. He is about 100 meters away. I need to get myself on another list and figure out what the blast radius of Semtex is. I'm going to say it's like, let's say it's 5 pounds of Semtex. That seems like a reasonable amount.
Just shove it into his mouth.
Yeah. That would require an attack roll.
Yeah.
Let's say, okay, Wikipedia Semtex. It has a manufacturer name of B1. That's good to know.
And you're never flying again without a pat down.
Oh, that happened so many months ago.
So let me tell you a story while I figure this out. We did a campaign before this that was Dark Heresy.
Oh.
And we had Tim, my brother, who's now playing the Southern Preacher Man, and Tacitus, Paul. They played 2 characters. One was named Hakdar, who had a critically low intelligence score, and that is vital to the story. And he had a constraint. In the campaign, we gave them, or I gave them, a tank called a lumberjack. It was a modified tank from some Space Marines or something. And they drove this thing around to sort of get to different places on the planet that they were on, and they were being chased by an orc horde. And Paul played a character named Cato, who was tech priest. Cato, Cato, like the institute.
Cato Caitlin?
No, I forget. Did you have a last name, Paul?
Yeah, Posteris.
Yes, Cato Posteris. And he decided to take a car that they were carrying, and I casually mentioned that this car was fusion powered. I think I mentioned it like the previous session too. Like it wasn't that session. He decided to turn that into a nuclear bomb. There is video of this. You should watch it because I literally just went, I don't know what to do. I need 5 minutes to figure out how nuclear bombs work and never fly again. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Okay, so blast radius of Semtex. Wikipedia is not being helpful. Time to go to somewhere that's definitely going to get me on the list. Semtex blast radius. What is blast? 20 pounds of Semtex. Perfect. Yahoo Answers.
Of course it's there. Of course it's there.
See, what cracked me up here is that it was just maybe 6 months ago that my boss finally got himself off of the borderline no-fly list for having the same name as somebody who apparently had done shit like this. So, have fun.
Good.
So
Yeah,
we're
go,
saying this
baby.
is an open blast range. So it's just like an open explosion. It's going to be, for 20 pounds, it is 600 meters by the looks of it. So if you're able to get it like within it, where you wouldn't be able to see it anymore, you'd have to make a attack roll and succeed. And that would mean that you get it like inside of it, and it would blow up inside of it. It'd be like in one of its many mouths. If you put it just outside, it's going to be, I guess, a fourth of the distance, let's say. So that'd be 150 meters. So it would hit you, and you would receive damage.
I'll try to get it inside the mouth.
Okay, make an attack roll. Make
What's
sure
the
you.
AC?
There's no AC. Well, I'm sorry, AC 9, because you're trying to like guide it into its mouth. I suppose it's easier because you're controlling it, right? So like you're reaching out with your mind. Oh yeah. So this thing. All right. So explain to me what it looks like when you reach out with your mind and control this Semtex charge. I think it was your last one too, wasn't it?
No, I have 2.
Oh sweet. Well, didn't you blow one up? I gave you 3. That's right.
Yeah, I had 3, so.
Someone's the explosives expert.
Well, so I have a rule, and it's give the party explosives. I'm sure that you've heard this rule before. I love this rule. It makes for great RPing. I can tell you all about it sometime, but it's wonderful. So yeah, go ahead. What does it look like?
Sorry, my headset cut out. What did you say?
So what does it look like when you reach out with your mind to shove this thing down this guy's throat? Like, what do we see? Do you stop and like do something, or?
Oh, it's totally like the Jedi, like concentration, closed eyes, just focusing really hard with my hand extended.
Yeah.
Whether that works or not, that's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
Doing this shit.
So you reach out with your mind and you put, probably one hand on your temple or something and reach out and grab it.
No,
out
no,
of
no,
the
no, no,
backpack.
no, no.
Yeah, and you probably make that sound just under your breath a little bit, maybe. And you just like reach out and pick this thing up, and it pops out of your backpack or wherever you were holding it, and it floats above your head for a moment, and then shoots off towards this thing at lightning speed. It travels towards one of its many gaping mouths, and it just hits the back of it, hits it. You can hear the thing cough. You can't hear it, but you can feel it because it's like traveling through the floor. And you can see that this thing, like, you lose control of it, and you feel that mentally as it gets swallowed by this thing down into one of its many stomachs. What would you like to do now? Make sure you deduct those points, by the way. Psi points.
Oh, the side points, yeah. I'd like to detonate the fucker.
All right, roll. What did I make you roll last time? I don't even remember.
I have no idea.
It is way past the thing. So I forget how much I made you roll last time. I feel like it was 60-10. That seems reasonable. Roll that. Yeah. So the next thing you feel after having reached out with your telekinetic ability and losing track of it and pushing the detonator is the shaking of the entire room. This massive open to space area is just rattling, and it's this low. It's like a subwoofer that's turned up too high, and it just rumbles for a few minutes. And you see the creature sort of writhe and like screech in pain. You can't hear it, but you can see it. And then you see it like part of its skin just starts to rumble and move, and then explodes outward, and a spray of black goop flies across the entire room, and you're like partially coated in it, like just this thin sheen of oily black substance that glitters in the starlight. You did a lot of damage to it and is not very pleased. However, it's not dead, so it's going to go ahead and make... Yeah, great shot, kid. Now, don't get cocky. So let's see. What has it got for... It's going to make a mental effect save to avoid... I think it's got some, like... It's got some things to deal with, so it just needs to, like... It's got the flare in front of it, which is very interested in. And it's also got the fact that it just blew up one of its, gastrointestinal systems with the Semtex charge. Its mental effect is a 15, so we roll a d20, and under is failure, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. So it's just writhing in pain. It sees the flare. It actually reaches out with one of its its paws, and just swats it and puts it out. And that's all it does this round. Ari, what do you want to do?
Run. Still running like hell.
Oh, actually, I did the thing wrong, but that was supposed to be Emily who went. So she's gonna run too, and we're gonna skip his next turn. So that's another 40 meters. You're at 220. Scary Thing's turn is done. Carter, what do you want to do?
Shoot and run.
Okay. Go ahead and make your shot.
All right. Carter Wilson. It's annoying that weapons are towards the bottom of the page.
Yeah. I've been working on a rebuild of it, but they're not going to take it unless it's like a total rebuild and they can cut over all at once, and I never change it again. Because the existing character sheet is just a fucking mess.
Yeah. By the way, Since this thing failed its mental effects save, do I get any bonuses to hit or no?
I like most of the question of whether you're going to hit it or not is not whether you're going to actually physically impact it, but whether it's going to be able to resist
Not
the
plank
damage.
off of it.
Yeah, I mean it's
Hmm.
basically like this giant. It's taking up a huge space. There's no way you're going to miss. It's the broadside of a barn.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not.
if you rolled a one, you'd miss, but that's about it.
It's not the question of if you're gonna hit it. It's where you're gonna hit it on it.
Yeah, so like the fact that it's like reeling from this mental problem is not going to improve your chances at all.
Okay.
So you roll 20.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think what happens here is you take your revolver, right? And you're holding it up and running, and I guess I want to know how you shoot this thing.
I'm not taking any kind of careful aim. I'm just running and just occasionally just firing to the side like my gun.
So, okay.
Yeah.
You got really lucky.
Mm-hmm.
And that bullet, through whatever means, maybe divine, maybe psychic, you don't really know. But this thing travels and pierces one of the 7 gaping eyes of this mega beast. And it just drills right into its brain. And you don't hear it, but you feel it again. Like it's the screeching, loud sound and then silence. No more rumbling in the floor, nothing. The thing stops moving and everything just goes quiet in sort of like that visual sense. And the camera, I think, is sort of like chasing to the side of you and then pulls out as you make this shot and just floats maybe like 100 meters out in space looking at the crew as you guys are still running and this thing just reels and flails its arms.
I'm just imagining that like after the Semtex explosion, there was no sound. Instead, it turns into like that ringing that happens when you're near an explosion.
Yeah,
and
so like
no sound. We're just
you would hear like a
just
rumble
running
in
and
your
shooting
suit.
this thing.
You would hear like a rumble in your suit, but there would be no sound because there's no atmosphere. So you just hear you'd feel like a vibration in the floor and a ringing in your suit from that vibration. But and you've been feeling that this whole time as this thing's like moving around and stomping and so on. And now you feel nothing. It's just dead still.
Right.
Tassis, what do you want to do?
I am gonna run towards it.
Run towards the thing?
Yeah.
Okay. How far do you want to run your whole turn, or do you want to run and shoot?
I'll run and shoot.
Okay. Yeah, so
Just
you're
in
gonna
case.
go this way. Yeah, you're running towards it. It's 100 meters away from you, so you're running 20 meters. It'll take you like 5 turns to get there. Yeah, so go ahead and make a shot.
Are you trying to collect a sample, you crazy fuck?
Probably.
I am gonna shoot burst fire too.
Okay. Yeah, so it just plinks off of some of its thickened skin, oozing black, still dripping out of the massive Semtex hole. You need to make me a perception check. I was going to start with you see something, and then I said, no, you need to make a check before you see it.
Against
Wisdom.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you believe that you see a familiar face sort of behind and to the side of this thing. It looks like Judy.
okay, no.
You blink once and she's gone. And let's see, I think you hear something as well. In your comms, you hear the following. Hang on, let me find it. I have a thing that I wrote down. In your comms, you hear the following. My brothers and sisters will help me. We will punish you all for your crimes. Go.
Ah, sweet Jesus.
Do we all hear this or just him?
Just Tacitus.
Okay.
Okay.
By the way, as we're running up to this door, does it look like it's locked?
It looks like all the other airlocks. Like this is totally normal. I mean, it's locked in the sense that it's not gonna. It's like airtight, but it's gonna open for you no problem. You still have access to the system and everything.
All right.
I think we can drop out of combat time. The thing is dead. Tacitus, you still want to run up to it, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get up there, and this thing is oozing. It's not moving at all. What do you want to do when you get there?
Is it possible I could like hack off a bit?
Do you have a knife?
Nope.
Well, you have a post-tech toolkit. Yeah, you can do that. You can take a piece. I don't care. So yeah, you now have a piece of giant, scary SJW beast.
Woo!
I missed that thing's man bun.
Oh, so yeah. Carrie, we drew some specs. I think we had a Starbucks cup and a man bun.
He had hipster shades, a Starbucks cup, and a man bun.
Oh.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I don't remember why
so-
we made him an SJW though.
It was
think-
because Joe said he or him without
Oh,
having
that's right.
previously gendered it, and we went off on
Yeah.
a tangent.
Yeah. I think I actually
About
mentioned like, well, I don't want to gender it. I don't want to misgender it. So it. And then it was
We
like,
don't know
well,
what it identifies as.
Yeah. Oh man. Anyway, yeah. So you guys get to the other airlock with this thing, and Tacitus kind of catches up with you. I think Emily gives you a look. And she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude? You gotta get your head on right or something." I believe Tacitus that triggers your belief, and you can take some XP.
Does this use the fancy XP thing?
Yes. I believe I set that to a 2. Yeah. So it's a belief that's at level 2.
See if this works.
Is that why it was after us the entire time?
That was all that set it off.
It's not the crime of the GM, it's the crime of the character, and the character did not misgender it, the GM did. For what it's worth, it identifies as plantkin, and
you're not bringing other kin into this.
its pronouns are z, zim, zit. Yes, it doesn't use they because that's totally awful, and I don't know. I'm
Joe?
made up.
Joe,
Yes.
fuck off.
Anyway, yes. So go ahead and take your 96 XP, Tacitus. Congratulations, you cannot die. All right. So.
Oh,
you
I thought
guys-
that was for my goal of killing the beast.
Oh, actually, yeah. You can take XP for that too.
Okay, let me roll this again.
Are you sure you took the right one for killing the beast? I might have undervalued the one for killing the beast.
You gave me a 2 for that one.
I did. That might be low. That should have been a 3.
Always take the Semtex is the it's definitely the rule.
Yeah, so you get 25 and re-roll the other one as a 3.
If you're gonna give us explosives, I have plans, man. I have plans.
Man, I will forever give the party explosives. And I'll tell you why. It's because when you give someone explosives, if they're like murder hobo people, right, they want to they will plan the shit out of anything. When we did DH, basically with every round, every session was like combat slog. And it only got better when there was explosives around. Like the whole nuclear bomb thing was Kato figured out how to make an explosive. And like he spent the whole time like trying to organize because one of the restrictions on Hack was that he couldn't drive the thing and they were trying to get away. And so I would have Hack make rolls to try to like successfully drive. And I would have Kato make rolls to like create the nuclear bomb. And it was great because they were like failing all over the place and Hack was having a great time because he was driving and he never got to drive. It was great, yeah.
It was a good day for Hack.
So, yes, so you total, I think you have about 500 experience there, right, Tacitus?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, did anybody else complete any goals from that thing?
No.
I still have one to figure out what killed the psychics, which we never did we? Officially.
Well, so I mean, you know that it's the scream, right? Like the scream killed it. I interpreted that as you want to like learn more about the scream, and that should be much higher if you want to do that.
Damn it, I was actually so close to proccing
Yeah, it looks like my
blocking my
changes
belief.
didn't take. So before you do any rolls on your beliefs or anything, you need to let me know so I can make sure that it's correctly set. Because not all of them got updated appropriately.
Alright.
I think the new people. Oh, yeah, that should be a 3 as well. I tuned this so that 3 was an average. So if you're seeing things that aren't 3, chances are they might be wrong.
Yeah.
Goal
My
wise.
belief is goal wise.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other ones will be a little bit
4,
different.
so-
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think my goal kicks in until the end of the session.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
belief
So-
was working towards it, but I did sort of let them cover, so I don't think that technically triggers.
Right.
I came very close to procking my belief, but not
yeah.
quite there.
Okay.
I just wanted to figure out what killed the psychic, so can I take that at a 2? Because you haven't marked it at 3 right now.
Yeah, you would know this like normally because you're a psychic. So yeah, you can take that as a 2. If that's all
So
you want to
what's-
figure out. So the
yeah.
thing that killed the psychics all those years ago was called the Scream, and it was some event that like sent ripples through the entirety of space-time, and millions and millions of psychics all died at once. That's what it is. It's in the source book, so you would know that as a psychic. And you can go ahead and take your XP for it. I don't mind.
So how's it work? Roll 2.
Yep. So you click the XP2 macro. If you haven't, you can put that. Oh, you weren't here for this. I'm sorry.
No, what's that?
So if you click in the top corner, there is a little gear icon, and you'll see macros underneath it.
yeah.
Underneath, next to that, you'll see 2 macros. You'll see new char, and you'll see XP2. You can click in bar for both of them. And so what you'll do when you get XP, you click the XP button, and then it will present you, say, what kind of thing was it? Was it belief, instinct, or goal? And then what value did I give it? And then it'll do that roll.
Nice.
That's how much XP you get. You actually rolled really well there. If you die, you can click the new car button. So I'm going to roll another character. It'll prompt you for a level. So I'll roll level 5 because awesome. And I'm going to roll a psychic because why the hell not? And it'll give you that. And wow.
Oh my god.
I rolled perfect again. Holy crap. Yeah, so it'll pump all that stuff out. It links you to the name generator for English names if you need a name. And I roll really good characters, man.
Yeah, that HP, none of it dips below average.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually roll. I think there might be a bug. Hold on. No,
Is that
I can't.
level 1
I can't roll.
character?
So that last one was a level 5. That second
Oh,
one
gotcha.
was level 1. I just wanted to make sure that the starting credits would actually roll lower than a 6, because I rolled it twice in a row as a 6.
Yeah, no, that one rolled a 1.
All right. So yeah, you guys get to the next airlock. The next room appears normal. Carter, I think you see that it has defenses. They are deactivated at the moment. And its allowed list doesn't include you as well, but they're off. So
Well, are we at the ship or are we just passing through another
this
room?
is the last airlock before the hangar. So you're actually going into the hangar after this.
All right. Can I pull up security and see if there's guns in the hangar, like security guns or security cameras?
Yeah, so there are security cameras and there are some guns. Most of the guns read deactivated. There are a couple that are still working, but they are so a bunch of them are disabled and a few are deactivated. You could turn them back on if you wanted to.
All right. I'm gonna scan the room with the security cameras really quick.
Yeah, can you make a perception check against your wisdom?
Sure. Do-do-do-do-do. Come on, where is it? Da-da-da-da-da. There we go. I keep almost nearly clicking persuade.
Same thing, right?
Yeah, so
Actually, that's a 10.
it should be a 10. That's fine. You passed either
Yeah.
way. Yeah, so you see the following things. You see a ship of a reasonable size. It's probably, so ships in this world are the size of, small houses at the smallest and, good-sized department stores normally. So you see something that's, the size of like a department store. It's, a couple 100 meters long maybe.
All right. Are we
100
talking
meters
Home
tall.
Depot or Walmart?
We're talking like a Home Depot style thing. So it's
All right.
big. It's much longer than it is wide. It's clearly got about 10 or 15 decks on it, so it's a big thing.
Mhm.
And it reads on the side Jack Rose. You see around it a bunch more of those little asshole dudes, the little
Mhm.
basically like zerglings, right? They're like tiny little things. Um, and there's probably maybe a dozen of them.
All
And
right.
you can see just sort of out of the corner of one of the camera's vision, you can see there's a lot of movement in like a adjacent hall. It's not You're not going to like cross that hall as you get there, but like once you're in the hangar,
You might have to
things,
race.
yeah, you might have to race for the ship.
All right.
And then you also see one other thing which is very weird to you. You see a woman about, let me hang on, let me pull something up. You see a woman. She's approximately, well, she has this like bluish hair, is sort of a normal face, kind of yellowed eyes, like clearly like a brown, and you can see it very clearly. It's a very very high res security camera, but bluish hair, sort of yellowed eyes, very squared off, well not squared up, but like that triangular jaw line, and she's relatively tall, and she's wearing a long dress. It's like a gown almost, and it is pale white, almost like a beige. Um, yeah, and she's there for a minute, and you look at her, and she looks at the camera like she's looking at you, and then you blink, and she's gone.
Okay. I don't think I mentioned this. I'm just kind of like stunned for a moment. Then I just shake my head and like I'm trying to. Can I like move the cameras around at all to get a better visual on what's in the hall?
Yeah, you can move the cameras a bit. You don't see the woman again, but you can see that there's like a almost like a stream of these little lizard things. There's a few that are bigger, and you can't quite make out what they are. They're like further back or at a bad angle. But
It's like a
there's,
hologram.
you go
Like
ahead.
what this looks like is essentially I have like a laptop with like glass holo glass screen with like a hologram displayed on it, and then as
Yeah.
I'm moving the cameras, like a holographic joystick appears, and I'm just moving it.
Yeah, so you're like seeing this sort of like little 3D diorama essentially. And that's where you see the woman. And so anybody who's looking over your shoulder might see that. I don't know if anybody was doing that, but they might have seen the same thing based on a perception check.
Well,
And
I likely would have been because that's kind of my
your MO.
that it not entirely trusting them to
Yeah,
tell me
so
anything.
make a perception check. You can make it at a +1. You're psychic. Telepathy at low levels is shitty, so I just give you random +1 still. It's good.
Yeah. Didn't Adam like hack psionics?
Yeah, I don't. The thing, telepathy is really good once it's leveled, but nobody should take it until they can level the crap out of it.
Yeah, but the problem is then that you run into that you've still got to level it one discipline point per level. So
Yeah.
it's like, well, you may as well just have the one as you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first couple levels are really crap.
Yeah, so I think you're probably like looking around, sort of like scanning the whole room. You're not really super trusting of anybody, and you glance over at what Carter's doing, and you see the outline of like a woman. You don't really get all the details that he does, but and you probably like feel him get like shocked by it. And then you blink too, and she's gone. Yeah.
I look over at him. Did you just? Never mind.
I don't know. I'm just like, it's just like he's kind of at that mode where it's just like I've seen too much weird shit today. I kind of just want to pass out for a few hours on a ship, and
Yeah, I said we get out of here.
really quick, do I get a visual on what's in the hall?
Yeah, so in the hall you're going into, there's nothing. At least not yet. In the hall that's on the other side of the hangar that sort of connects it to the next hangar, where your ship, your original ship is, there's like a stream of alien things.
Yeah. Okay, I've got about a dozen contacts in the next room. I'm gonna cycle the security clearance and turn on the security guns so that we at least have assistance. And I say we just rush it towards the ship. You guys okay with that?
I like that plan. Aggressive.
And I cycle our security clearances, and then I guess we punch it. We book it towards the friggin' ship.
All right, so yeah, you guys get through the next airlock without any issues. The last thing that happens right as you're going into the hangar, you can actually see the ship through the airlock. There are still a few little lizard things. Um, Hang on. So there are still a few more of those little lizard things. Probably you can kind of make out there's about 8 of them now. And yeah, I think you see on all of your visors, it just says you tried to steal me. You can't steal me. And then both the airlock doors open in front of you, and you start to all the lizards sort of notice that you're there.
Mm-hmm. And the guns start firing on them.
Did you activate the guns?
Yeah, I want to activate the guns,
right,
and then we
right.
book it towards the.
Yeah, so the guns open fire on them as the doors are opening. Like you're clicking that button and that pops up on screen. And the guns start firing. They kills like 3 or 4 of them immediately, and the other ones start rushing towards the airlock. And you guys want to all run, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
All right, I need you all to make an athletics check against strength or dexterity, whatever is better for you.
I have.
All right,
Fuck.
Wait, can I re-roll my athletics because I'm an expert?
absolutely.
I'm gonna do that.
Oh, dicks. Oh yeah, I do get a reroll.
Yeah, you do get a reroll.
I always forget that. Let's try it.
Test's good.
Shit.
Alrighty.
Well, not as bad.
So Carter and Al, you guys are both accosted by these small little dudes. What, like 2 of them that remain, as they come through. The only 2 of them make it to you. The rest of you run towards the ship at full tilt, being uninterrupted. The back cargo bay is already down, because you guys had left it down before you left. Yeah, so there are these 2 little guys that are coming at you. Can you guys both roll initiative?
It was me in that list.
You made it. You made it to the ship.
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay, this might still be relevant then.
It is 1d8 plus your dex, which I believe it auto calculates. So, just roll your initiative button.
Yeah, no. I don't use this character sheet often, so it takes me a while to find shit or re-find it. Shit.
All right, so they're both gonna attack and hit you at least once. Well, they're gonna attack you. They might not hit you. It might get eaten by your armor. They are 2. What is your AC, Al?
4.
Hits you for 3 damage. And Carter?
9.
It hits you for 7 damage.
I'm down.
Okay. So are you down, Al? Are you okay?
No, I have 1 HP left.
All right. So Carter plops down on the ground right next to you. And you get a nasty bite. It actually tears open your vac suit, and grasps onto your arm. You can react now. What do you want to do?
How far away is the ship?
It is the full distance of 150 meters. The rest of you probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do the rest of us see this happening and can
Yeah,
turn
you
back?
probably hear over comms like someone shout, "Ah, they got me" or whatever, and you hear the screams of Carter as he goes down.
The girly screams.
The girly, high pitched. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
you know this.
continue
Shit. I want to turn. I
hauling
want
ass
to
to
turn.
the ship.
I want to turn back around and look to see what got them.
Yeah, so you see those two little lizard things that jump past you. They hit them.
Yeah. I'm hoping that the security guns eventually chew them up.
How far behind us are?
You catch it pretty early. They may be only 10, 15 meters behind you. You're still starting your run. You're just gonna make it.
Yeah.
You basically dodged out of the way of these things, and they didn't.
Okay, but the creatures are on them, so
Yeah.
so we couldn't. Okay.
Yeah, one is like gnawing on Al's arm, and the other one's like smacking the face of Carter, trying to break through his shielded face.
Well, I'm gonna sigh. Continue taking my move action back, but turn around and actually take a shot at the one that is attacking. Carter's the one that's still up and Al is down, or vice versa.
Vice versa.
Vice versa.
Vice versa. Okay, so then take a shot at the one that's attacking the one that's still up.
Okay. Go ahead and make that
Yeah.
against AC. One moment. It is an AC 4.
Oh.
Yeah, so you turn with your rifle and you're like backpedaling, and you line it up and just pop a shot and then keep running the other way. You don't even like think about it too much. But I don't know if it's your ability with telekinetics or something, but you just nail it and the thing blows right off his arm. The head is actually still sort of attached for a minute, but his body's gone, and it like chews one more time, Al, and then falls off at your feet. Next to you is a very very unconscious a very unconscious Carter.
Carter?
God, names
Mhm.
are hard. What do you want to do?
You can just call me Wilson and just think of Castaway.
There you go.
Um,
You might not be alive in a few minutes, so I don't want to get attached.
I will drain another psych.
You tapped out for a second there. What'd you say?
Biostasis. I will put him under
Okay.
biostasis.
All right,
And,
so yeah, he
strain
drops out, and you need to add a strain point as well, Carter. I'm sorry, two. It's 2 strain points for you, and then I think it's 1 for the caster. Yeah. It's up at the top.
Very top.
It's system
Yeah,
strain.
it's by your HP and
there it
AC.
is. 2 strain or just 1?
2
It
strain
adds 2 to the target.
and 1 to the caster.
All right.
And they're how far away from us? That one last thing on Carter.
They're like 10 or 15 meters back. Like so basically what the athletics checks were for, you were running through, the guns were shooting at the lizard dudes, and you just dodged out of the way of the lizard dudes as they jumped at you, or you got lucky and it got shot out of the air or something. And these 2 made it past you and hit Al and Carter, who were not quite quick enough.
So
That's
if
really
I
good.
want to, could I turn around and take a shot at
Yes.
the last remaining one?
Absolutely.
I want to do that while saying, "Before your parts can feel the thorns."
That is the wrong accent, man.
Yes, it
Why
is.
don't you start that one again?
Yes, thank you. Before your parts can feel the thorn. Ah, damn it! I can't do it. It's been too long.
Before your
You can take the
parts
boy
feel
out of
thorns.
Boston. You can't take the Boston out of the boy.
Before your parts, feel the fucking thorns. I don't know
was
what the
like-
rest of the verse is, but fuck you.
That was Boston by way of Christopher Walken there.
Listen, I don't know what you're trying to tell me right now.
Let me tell you about
Your
this
father
watch.
gave me this watch, which is anyway. I don't do a very good Christopher Walken. I apologize.
I think I got better now. That's
There
probably
you go. You're back in. So the trick, boy, you got to learn yourself a phrase or phraseology or some such book learning bullshit, and you just got to say that to get yourself back in the
Can
accent.
I just
No
say,
fucking
as the
kidding.
only one of us here, I'm pretty sure who actually is below the Mason-Dixon line, just know.
First of all, I think that you need to find yourself that Mr. here, both Butch and my brother here, Tim. Now, Tim's originally from New England, but it turns out that he's down in North Carolina right now. And you have Butch, who's, I believe, in around St. Louis, Missouri. And there you go. So I don't think you are the only one. And technically speaking, I do believe that Cary is also below the Mason-Dixon if you extend it all the way out to California. I wouldn't blame you for not counting them, though, because who the fuck counts California, right?
No,
Land of
no.
fruit and nuts.
That being said, I'm changing verses since the last one got fucked up.
It's
A
such-
wound
such
and
a good-
dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare any in the day of the vengeance.
I think you need to pick some shorter verses, boy, but you do blow that thing clear off, and it
Oh, I
dies.
don't even
at the
roll.
spray.
I don't even roll for it.
Well, you already did, didn't you?
No.
That's
Oh, that
the
was
last
area. My bad. Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll for it. Yeah, you don't actually blow that thing off.
Oh,
Oh, you named it Durandal. That's good.
How?
Yeah, I don't know why this person who went to seminary would name it after a demon, but I suppose that I could make sense. Maybe you were a Satanist. I don't know.
did I mislook that one up? I thought I saw that one being like
Pretty
an
sure-
angel or a holy weapon.
I think that's a demon. I'm not 100% sure. Angel names-
Considering the one I just looked up, it was the sword of Charlemagne Paladin Roland in the literary series The Matter of France. Which also makes sense, because I also speak French.
There you go. Apparently you're Cajun. Yeah, so it should be Durandal. Durandal, not Durandal, I think. Oh, no, I guess it could be both. But, like, angel names are stuff like Azrael, Samael,
Yeah.
Uriel. Those are angel names. They usually have L in them because it means God. Anyway,
By the way-
yes. So you do
Yeah.
not. Go ahead.
I was just wondering when I can make the lock check to see if the security turrets chew this thing up of me.
The security charts are in the other room. You're on the other side of them, so they can't.
Oh. Okay.
But fortunately, you're in a coma, and it turns out that you get some people actually trying to like help you. So Tacitus, what do you? Oh, not Tacitus. Oh, I'm sorry. Al, what do you want to do? You got this thing off of you. Thing's next to you. What are you doing?
I'm running back to the group because there's safety in numbers, and I'm hurt.
Okay. Yeah. So you run back to the group. Does anybody else in the group want to do something?
I'm calmly walking aboard the ship, getting ready to fly off.
Okay.
Well, we still have an unconscious body back there on the floor, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now unconscious. And is still an active lizard
And
thing.
an active beastie.
Yes.
It's
Well,
been noted.
I'm sure it has. I'm gonna, if nobody else is, I'm gonna sigh and keep backpedaling and take another shot.
All right. Make a shot. I hope you kill it.
I really do.
Yeah, you go.
I do too,
Yeah.
actually. I hope you kill it.
Yeah, so I was gonna let it attack again if you didn't kill it. Yes, so you blow this thing away. Carter is still out cold, and lying on the floor now, lizard man free, or lizard
Okay,
thing, I
well.
guess.
I'm gonna go start dragging him down the corridor behind me. I doubt I could pick him up and carry him, but I can probably move him.
Yeah, so you run back. Emily also is there with you, and she's helping you.
Isn't it like a lower gravity environment? Just
Slightly, yeah. So it's easier. So you're not like losing speed or anything.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm just not
Mhm.
terribly strong, so
Yeah. So Emily's helping you out, or she is for the first few moments, and then as you're starting to round the corner, you feel that Carter gets heavier on your shoulder, and you look to the side, and Emily's not there anymore. Um, what do you do?
I look around to see where she could have gotten to in a hurry.
You see a woman behind you, about 5'2", 130 pounds. Um, she's still in a vac suit, but you can tell she has like longish black hair. And she's grabbed Emily by the back of the neck and just lifted her off the ground a good 2 or 3 feet, and is turned around and walking away. Like Emily's struggling and not able to get free.
Guys,
When you look at her, for a moment, her eyes look sort of a yellowish color, and then they go blank white.
how well did we know this Emily?
So I assume you're still walking to the ship while you do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you probably look forward for a second, and then you look back, and they're both gone.
Strengthen ye the weak hands, and confirm the feeble knees. Say to them there of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, even God with a recompense. He will come and save you.
That's all well and good. Can somebody help me carry this guy in here, and let's get the fuck out of here?
Yeah, so I think you guys get around to the back of the cargo bay, and you're inside the ship now. The cargo bay comes up. You are shuffled into there somehow. Yeah, the once you're in there, I assume Tacitus and Al, you're going to your normal stations. What are the rest of you doing? Are you just following them up to the bridge?
Being unconscious.
Yeah, so you're unconscious, so you're probably like being drug up to the med bay. That's probably what the guys are doing.
I'm looking for a place to. I don't want to say dump the body, because that sounds wrong, but a place to deposit Carter.
Yeah, so I guess what I guess I want to know what's happening now that you're all in the cargo bay. Maybe you guys don't head to the bridge right away. I don't know.
Well, the first thing I'm doing, I'm still asking, what the fuck was that? What just went on there?
Yeah, so I guess Tassus and Al, new people are on your ship. What are you guys doing? And how do you respond to that question?
I don't have an answer for that question. I'm gonna go fly us away. Peace. Al, can you get these guys set up? Thanks, bye.
That's above my. That's not in my job description. I didn't sign up for that.
Hey, Al, do you want a corporate card?
I filled out the form.
Yeah, well,
and filed it.
I don't know if you're up to that responsibility, but if you can prove it now under difficult circumstances, well, we can talk at your next review in 6 months.
We don't have a Captain Church over there. Like, what do you want me to do with that? He's just quoting.
I want to help you grow into this position.
See, this guy gets it. Take lessons from him.
Where's Clippy at?
You don't get any. Normally, when you say Clippy on the ship, he responds with, "It looks like you're trying to do something. Would you like help with that?" And you don't hear anything.
That's not good.
I don't know. I think that's a win in my book.
I like Clippy.
We had our moments.
All right.
So why don't you just put that body in the morgue and we can get on the way?
You know what?
Because I normally don't stick breathers in the morgue.
I actually have like doctor skills, so I'm gonna take the passed out guy and take him to the med bay and start working on him.
Oh God. All right, I happily hand him off.
How again did you get those medical skills, Al? Like, where did you come? You got them at the academy. I thought we had thought it was because you were a chronic hypochondriac, but Uh, I vaguely remember something about that.
I mean, I may not have medical skills, but I do have 3 PhDs.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hal is just really good at self-diagnosing.
He's like, oh yeah, I remember reading about this. Anyway, yeah. So you take Carter up to the
And in
bay.
passing, I let what's his name, Randy, to just go find the corner and just pray for safe travels.
Hang
Randy,
on.
do you have any?
Corner.
Do you have any meaningful skills for a ship, like navigation or piloting or anything?
None for piloting.
Okay. Does anybody have meaningful skills for ship function? Just out of
I have,
curiosity.
I have computers and I may have navigation.
Okay.
But he's also unconscious.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
unconscious, so you don't count. Ari, what do you have? I'm just
Nothing-
curious.
Nothing ship-wise.
Okay.
I got perception, persuade, stealth, survival.
Okay. So I
Oh,
think
I
we're
also
still
have
short of
stuff.
pilot. Well, actually, Tessa, do you have piloting?
Is vehicle space piloting, or am I getting confused?
Yes,
Yeah,
vehicle space is
pilot.
pilot.
Yeah, then I do.
Okay.
And navigation.
And navigation. Good. So as long as we have a pilot, that's the important thing. You'll understand why in a moment.
Can anybody fly this thing?
Yeah. So before Judy,
5 people here and nobody can drive stick?
yeah, Judy was the last pilot. She could definitely drive stick. Anyway, yeah. So you take Carter up to the med bay. The auto doc or whatever kicks in and starts treating wounds and so on. He's going to be out cold.
I end up
there's-
following him up there, and I begin giving him last rites.
All right.
So there are 2 things you notice immediately, by the way, when you set me up in the auto dock, and if you go through my equipment at all. I don't have any armor on, first of all, underneath the vac suit. That entire time, I had 0 protection.
Well, the vac suit has an AC of 7, naturally.
Yeah, you still
Oh.
would have been hit, by the way, so it's not a big. Actually, no, you wouldn't have.
God damn it, man.
You shouldn't have lied to me.
Yeah, but I've only played Stars Without Number once
Well-
for 1 session.
Turns out that you shouldn't have lied to me.
And second thing, if you look at his revolver, you'll notice there's only 1 bullet left, and I have no more ammo on me.
Yeah, so like when you put him in there, you probably like take all this stuff and put it to the side or whatever in like a lock.
We
box
have
or
to
something.
we have to put him in the paper gown.
Yes, you put him in the paper gown or whatever, and you notice that he's like not wearing any armor. He doesn't really have much ammo on him.
Crazy
Yeah, he's
fucker.
No, I don't have any ammo on me. I literally have 1 bullet
yeah,
in the
you have
gun.
like 1 bullet left, and you knew that he shot it. Like you knew that he was shooting stuff, but he didn't.
He's
Didn't
got no
manage.
spare.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So after he's in the med bay, you and Randy, you're staying in there with him, giving him the last rites or whatever.
Yes.
Ari, what are you doing?
I'm still, basically asking what the fuck.
Okay. Yeah. So you're probably just like wandering around the ship trying to find somebody. Al and Tassus, you guys are on the bridge flying away.
Yes. Or at least I am.
Yeah, so the next thing that happens, you guys, can you make, no, you don't need to make anything yet. So you take off without any issue. You're flying away from the Basilisk now. You get to a couple kilometers out, and then the Basilisk, which had been stable to this point, starts having, like, air pressure loss on its outer hull. There's, like, explosions of mostly debris, not like big fiery explosions, but just like debris that pops and you see glass shoot off into space, and then you start to see white beams of light just momentarily light up around you. Can you make a vehicle pilot check or vehicle space check against your dexterity? Yeah, so you managed to avoid the first few of these laser beams that are coming off of that ship, but you don't avoid all of them. I need to look up how much laser beams do in damage. One moment. Gunnery. These are the vehicle
Price.
lasers.
Are you doing anything on the bridge, or are you just here?
So the ship takes 5 damage, and I believe, Tim, you have the sheet that tracks this.
I do. I'm trying to figure out specifically if
Uh,
I
I
have it
believe
recorded. I do somewhere. Here it is.
I believe it was like 17 HP to start, and I don't think I've ever done any damage to the ship. So,
Max HP was 20. You did do damage at one point. Cause
did you ever get it repaired?
That's what I don't recall. I don't remember when it got
I'm pretty
damaged.
sure I
Let's
remember
say you got it
Judy.
repaired.
Judy doing
Judith
that
was working
shit
on something at some point.
for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I
So you
fixed
got it
the
repaired.
engine, and then I took a nice long bubble bath with a glass of wine.
I always knew Judy was a lazy person.
Says the one
Oh,
that
man.
literally dug around in the engine and fixed it.
Anyway, the ship takes 5 points of hull damage minus its armor, whatever that might be.
Let me see here. 2, so we take 3. I'm assuming we were at max for now.
Yeah, that's fine. And yeah, so you start to fly out, and you engage your spike drive after doing a navigation check to wherever the fuck you want to go to get out of here. So first of all, tell me where you want to go to get out of here.
Quick question. Do we have fuel to spike drive?
That's what I was about to say.
Oh.
We actually do not.
Great.
Okay. I forgot you didn't have fuel.
Yeah, we
Best
ran
ship
out.
to hitch a ride on ever.
Well, so I think so. Like the basilisk, it isn't moving, so you just need to get away. How would this even work?
We have to
I had
scoop.
forgotten you didn't have fuel.
We have to scoop.
You have to scoop, so you have to get to the sun. The sun is relatively far away, so like if you got there, it wouldn't be able to shoot at you, at least not with its lasers. It might be able to shoot at you with like long range weapons, but I don't think there are any. You need to get. So I'm reading that the range is either 500 or 2,000, for instance, for the heavy machine gun. That's a gunnery weapon. I guess that's what's on the outside of the ship, but I can't imagine that's meters. I imagine that's kilometers, right? So
Let's see. It doesn't. Every other range is given in meters.
Starship weapons. I should be looking at this. What am I doing?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because you're looking. You were looking in the gunnery section. Okay.
Yeah. So I actually that was a really hard hit. In fact, I'm going to re-roll that. So take your hit points back. This is a different gun.
Yeah. That should be a multifocal laser, right? I'm assuming.
It's going to be better than a multifocal laser because this is it's a mandate ship.
Oh, okay.
Let's call it it's a spinal beam cannon. That's the equivalent. That's
So yeah, 3d10.
yeah. So you take your 5. Yeah, you take your 5. Sorry about that, Tim.
all good.
And yeah, it doesn't give any range. That's really weird.
It says something earlier on in ship combat about ranges. But it's handled really oddly from what I remember because
Ship
phasing
combat in this game is awful. It's just straight up
it's
bad.
so clunky.
That explains why we've done it once.
Yeah, we literally did it once on the opening thing, and I'm like, I don't ever want to do this again. Here's what I'm going to say. Roll. I want you to roll something, and that's how many thousands of kilometers or whatever you have to get away. And then we'll figure out like a pilot check to see how fast you can do that, and that's how many times you're going to get shot at. So let's roll.
1d10 times 1,000.
Yeah, let's roll like 5d10. I'm just making this up as I go, so Tassus needs you to roll 5d10.
Okay.
Technically, like, there's no real range on weapons in space until they get around like a gravity giant.
No, so like a laser would lose cohesion after some distance. You wouldn't lose like projectile velocity, but like your ability to actually hit something at range would become very low. You would have like gravitational effects.
I know their kludgy workaround is the opposed pilot test rolls. The combat assumes for space combat, for purposes of range, that both the attacker and the defender are moving and piloting actively. It has nothing for a stationary target or a stationary shooter.
The issue is that the mandate ship is effectively stationary.
Yeah.
So I think you need to get like 24 megameters away, and that's a normal amount of distance. It's not that far. Um, and can you make a pilot check against your dexterity? And what this is going to be? What's the speed of the ship, Tim?
Give me a second.
That should be on that original sheet.
3.
Actually, that's what we'll just use. So it's going to take you. Okay, make a pilot check. We'll see. It's going to take you at least 8 turns. It's going to reduce it. Oh God, yeah. So the DC on that is going to be a 7, and so that's 6 over. So it's going to take you 2 turns. You're going to get shot at twice more, at that half damage, I think. Holy shit!
Oh, no.
So it shoots at you 22 more times. That's 10 damage and 13.
That
Yeah.
is more than what we have.
Okay,
We're
so
in like
The ship blows up
-6.
and the game's over.
okay.
All right.
GG, guys.
Game, guys.
Coming.
Good session.
We just got holed.
No, so I think what happens here, it's not going to be that you die. I'm not going to TPK you by blowing up your ship. That's like rocks fall on you and you die. No, so this. What happens here? The
Roll to see
bottom of
which
the
system
screen.
blows up.
What's on the ship, Tim? What weapons are on the ship? Oh, not what weapons. Did you install any upgrades at any point? I feel like you might have.
I don't think we did.
Okay. So what happens here?
Except for the mass spectrometer, apparently.
No, well, the mass spectrometer is like a single like little
That
thing.
would be mine. Not the ship.
You're gonna lose functionality on something. I don't know what yet.
We
Let's
have
see.
a gun.
Yeah,
We
you
have-
have
Give me
two
the
guns.
We
details on
technically
the
have
gun
2.
thing.
We have 2 guns.
So under equipment there, it should list a few things. Like you have
Yeah.
like a fuel bunker, I think.
We do have a full bunker, fuel scoops, atmospheric configuration. We don't have any defenses, but we do have 2 armaments and our spike drive. For
All right.
armaments, we have a sand thrower and a multifocal laser.
I think this thing blows away both of your weapons. That's what I think happens. You have no more weapons on this ship. It's just you can repair them maybe, but yeah, you basically have no weapons on the ship anymore.
I'm just going to delete them from the list then.
Yeah, that'll free up some power and stuff too. And to be honest, I don't think I'm gonna have you do much ship combat again because it's stupid. It's just dumb. They should run it more like you were actually like just doing a regular fight, but with bigger guns or something.
Does one of the supplements maybe tweak that? Because I know that there was something about about revised rules for ship combat.
I know there's a supplement for naval combat in space, and I feel like that might have it. I need to look, but I don't know that it's any better. I think it's just different.
No, it really seems like the ship combat rules are written with the presumption that it's going to be a bunch of opposed pilot rolls and trying to guess and hit the correct phase.
Right.
So anything else is just not accounted for.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you probably lose weapon systems on the ship. A bunch of debris gets splattered around, and the the cameras outside of the ship seeing these things happen. We see a couple quick cuts inside the ship with everybody sort of doing the Star Trek lean, where they all kind of like shuffle in one direction all at once.
But one person has to be going the wrong way.
Yes. Every time someone's going slightly wrong, or like one guy's just standing still and then he shakes a little too late or something, and the camera cuts back out and we see that same image we saw from the first part of the episode, where we see this debris field and we see some movement and these bright flashes of light. We're kind of looking at it from another direction, and the camera just sort of watches as the Jack Rose flies off towards the sun and gets out of range. And as it goes and gets off out of range, the camera looks back at the basilisk, which is still like having these little explosions go off, and we see, in the distance, we see the hangar where you guys came out of, and the camera flies back that way and sort of like looks into the hangar, and we see again that same woman, and you're not seeing this obviously, but as viewers, we recognize that it's Judith, and she's standing, and at first she's still wearing her vac suit, and she like just undoes the vac suit part, and at her feet we can kind of see, she undoes like the helmet part of it, and like behind her and on the ground we see the twisted body of Emily, who we had seen earlier, and she's still in her vac suit as well. the camera sort of tightens on Judith's face, and she takes off her vac suit helmet and starts to unzip her vac suit, and we see like her bare shoulders, so it looks like she's not wearing anything. And the camera pulls back, and we hear panting. And we look down, and we see one of these little lizard guys, and we see that Judith is wearing this long, flowing, pale gown. It's like a pale beige color. And then as the camera sort of pulls back even further, we see Emily get up and do the same sort of action. She takes off her vac suit helmet, and she takes off her vac suit, and she's also wearing, and I got to get back to my notes. Hold on. I was not prepared. She's also wearing a long gown, and it is bright white. And she looks at Judith, and she says, when will they arrive, in perfect unaccented English. And Judith looks back at her and says, soon. We'll need to gather the others. And the camera fades to black as the mega beast sort of walks in, lumbering, that same thing with 6 mouths and that you had blown up with Semtex. It's walked back in, and it's lumbering behind them, and the camera fades out. Done. And we see the credits roll. And that's the session. I'm going to assume you guys fly back in the interim between these episodes. So you guys are going to scoop up enough fuel to get wherever you want to go. So we can make those rolls now and then do XP if there's any left.
We can limp back to someplace.
Yeah. So I guess you guys probably want to get to either like Minushi or Jahanaper. Is that what that says?
Quick question. Are
Yes.
we wanted on Minushi?
I don't think you are. And for the purposes, you don't know this yet, but don't worry about it. I think your rap sheets are going to be the least of the local police's problems.
Does this mean my trespassing fine goes away too?
Your class action lawsuit, you mean? That's not going anywhere. That's too good to give up.
Okay.
You guys will learn all about the class action lawsuit another time.
Oh, that was fun though.
Yeah, so you guys scoop for, and I need to figure out how much time. So that whole thing took a day plus whatever time it takes you to scoop. I think it takes, I want to say 3 days. We're doing half of the amount of time for space travel, so it's all halved. So I think it's 3 days to get 1 fuel, and then you need 3 fuel to get wherever you're going. So that's 9 days, 10 days total, 3 more days to move back to Minushi or Jahanaper. And that's going to be another, so it's 19 days total. So Tim, what's the date? 19 days.
I'm working on that. It looks like February 18th.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, fuel scoops are listed as 4 days.
Oh, so then it takes, subtract 3 days off that, Tim. So it's the 15th?
Hang on. Yes.
Okay, let me put that down here.
I gotta do
Oh, we
other
missed
math.
Valentine's Day.
It's 3260. Is that right?
Hang on. Check if it will let me. Yes, I got 3260.
Okay. Cool. All right, so we ended on February 15th, 3260. Good to know. Alrighty. So, did anybody have any goals or whatever completed?
Yes.
I didn't die.
All right, make your rolls in the chat.
I will after I finish this math.
That's fine.
Nope.
Alrighty. Nice. It's a good amount of XP.
Damn.
I get to do this twice.
Oof. That was okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. Just
above
below average.
Yeah, it's right around average. That's not bad.
Mm.
All right, anybody else fill out a goal?
Nope.
Tacitus? Al?
Nope. It's all good.
All right. Did anybody level up?
Yes, I did.
Roll some HP. Hopefully you don't get 2.
I know.
So, in case you didn't... Oh my god!
That's unfortunate.
So if you didn't know, he had 1 HP the whole time. That's part of why he was so fucking terrified. Oh my god, that's amazing. I cannot believe you just rolled Snake Eyes on duty motherfucking 4.
Look at it this way,
Oh
though.
man, that's
You
beautiful.
doubled your HP.
I doubled my
did.
HP.
And you get a couple levels in various psychic disciplines, which might be helpful to you.
Yeah.
Someone
Teleporting.
gives you
Teleporting. Teleporting might be good for you.
It's almost to the point where it's a useful level. Both of the disciplines I have are relatively weak for the first couple levels.
Yeah. I mean, the remote manipulation thing worked out pretty well with the Semtex.
No, that was Al.
Yeah. Well, you
Yeah,
have.
how big did that fuck up your plans? Because I'm assuming you wanted that thing to murder all of us.
Oh no, I was expecting you to do that. That's why I give you explosives, so you do stupid shit with them. I was just hoping you would fail.
Mhm.
Right? I was hoping that you would fail the roll to get it into his mouth, and then have to make a decision like you did last time, where it's like, but now it's going to affect everybody, right? It just worked out that you succeeded, and like, hey, cool, yeah, you made it through.
Oh, I
By the-
actually just misrolled one of my goals for in terms of the thing. I'm gonna re-roll.
Yeah, you can
him.
re-roll that. Make sure you take off the other XP.
I fully intend to.
Ari, I thought you were. Oh, you are teleportation and telepathy. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's way better. Holy shit!
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. Did you level up?
I now leveled up because of that.
Sweet. Roll some HP, and I hope you don't get 3 or whatever it is.
Hang on,
Well, you can't go lower.
Yeah. I think you're at. Yeah, you're actually not at super high HP. You guys also all heal up during that time to full.
hang on.
So it's
I'm-
19 days or
I'm-
17 days or something.
So many numbers.
It's okay.
14.
14, 73, 86.
Hike.
2d8.
You're
By the
level
way,
2 now? Oh,
I'm level 2.
nice.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
I've
Go
been
ahead.
trying to keep track this whole time, but I haven't been able to keep track of whose character is related to who.
Yeah, so if you haven't already, in the little gear icon where you found those macros before, there's a thing it says display name.
Mhm.
You can set that to your you set that to like your character name. So it says add a character name, but set it to like, I'll set it to GM as an example. Boom. So now I'm the GM. Set that to either like Butch parentheses Al or whatever. But set that to something meaningful for the game.
Yeah, I totally forgot to do that. I changed the display name on rolls, and I forgot to do the
Yeah.
the one here. I'm sorry.
Question. Concerning I've never actually leveled up in this game. How many skill points do I get with a level?
Alrighty. So
What
on
class are you?
he's a warrior.
2.
Yeah, I believe you get 2. I think
Warriors
experts
get 2, psychics get 2, experts get 3.
Where do we see
Um,
this number?
It is on page. Hang on, I'm looking for it.
Character
Page.
advancement, whatever that is.
If you go to page. So page 21 is your class page.
Correct.
You have that, and then there's character advancement, which is way further down in the book.
Oh, okay.
And I want to say it's.
Isn't it? Yeah, there we go. It's 64.
Yeah.
Grazie.
Whoa.
And that also has the cost of skills for both
Yes.
your class skills or non-class skills.
Right. And class skills are listed on that class page, as well as what's in your background or training package, I believe.
Well, that doesn't give you class skills.
Right.
For continuing on, your class skills are only the ones that are listed on your page.
Okay.
That's why those training packages or backgrounds are so good early on, because they can give you expensive skills for your class.
Right.
It's also why I like being an expert. You get any
Because just about everything, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
don't worry about trainer fee. I don't give a shit about trainer fee. So just you get the skills. I figure out how you get them later. I don't care.
Mhm. Extranet searching.
Yeah, you just like spend some time on Spacepedia or something.
Watch a few StarTube videos.
Exactly. Start. Yeah. So,
Damn it.
all right. Good game, everybody.
GG.
Thanks for coming. And next time on Big Damn Heroes, we will figure out what has happened in the meanwhile, in the 2 or 3 weeks you've been on this ship. Well, actually, because you spent some time to get out there. You've been gone for like 2 months, basically. Um, you get back the 15th of February, left on like January 1st of the year. So you're out, you're gone for like a month and a half, 2 months. Shit's changed, man. It's a new season. Episode 1's all over.
Quick